All right. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Let me know, chat, if y'all can hear me. Everything should be good, but it's been a minute since I last streamed, so I want to make sure we good. I want to make sure audio's good. If y'all can hear the background music, let me know. If it's too loud, I'll turn it down or off. Who knows? But yeah, let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me real quick. So cool. Says that we're live. Should be good. Chat's moving. Bet. What is up, y'all? What's up, chat? How y'all doing? See some familiar faces in here from old streams and honored ones. So what's up to y'all? Kinji Akari, the only Akari I've ever liked. What up, bro? Hope you're doing good. Dane Simonson, appreciate you. What up? Hans Legato, what up? Crivo Hub, what's up? Bet. What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing on this fine, what is it, Saturday afternoon? Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing great. Personally, kind of just chilling. Decided I wanted to get a stream in, talk JJK. Kind of had an idea randomly a couple of days ago that would allow me to knock out two birds with one stone. And I thought it'd be a cool stream idea. So we're going to talk about JJK, but specifically something that I wanted to do, not necessarily to spice things up, or I guess kind of to spice things up, but mostly to fix a bad habit of mine. So when I upload videos, I'm typically very bad at like looking through the comments and responding for a multitude of reasons, primarily because I get so many negative comments that, I try not to be ruined in my days on upload days, you know what I mean? Try to be uploading and, not having my day ruined immediately by whether they be bad takes, people shitting on me, blah, blah, blah. You guys also, and I appreciate it so much, comment a lot. So while I see a lot of you guys' comments and the people that I know and I interact with the most, I try to do my best to respond. I am pretty bad at doing that. So what I wanted to do is go through some of my JJK related videos, go through the comment sections, and on any of like really interesting takes or like responses to some of the things I've said, I wanted to go through those, talk about them, maybe put some of the comments up on screen here when we get to them. Kind of just talk about it. I don't know. As y'all can see, kind of talk about how good JJK has been recently, how good it is right now. It's just general JJK talk. So if you guys have anything that you would like to bring up topically, I'm also down to talk about that. But I'm going to let people get in here first before we jump right into it. And Sleeping Danger, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. What up? Thank you for the 14. Haikyu movie thoughts. Okay, so I haven't talked with, I don't know if y'all know my QB, but I haven't talked with him. He's like the one person that I think I'm going to have to like talk to quite a bit about my thoughts a little bit to flesh those out. But to give you all the basic rundown, I liked the movie. Like, I liked the experience of reliving the Nekoma match. I feel like it is, in concept and in execution, at least in the general Haikyu mythos or whatever, one of, if not the best games in the entire series. But I will say that the movie is one of those things that is going to be hit or miss. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be totally real, totally honest. I think the Haikyu movie is good, but it's not good on the merits of being a great adaptation. It's good on the merits of being Haikyu, if that makes sense, right? Like I tweeted on my thoughts about this right after I watched the movie, but at the end of the day, this is a Haikyu movie, right? The characters are really good. The interactions between those characters are funny. And the match overall is genuinely exciting and it's fun to see, right? I think on most of what makes Haikyu, I mean, this movie didn't drop the ball on that. Like, Kurosano is just as engaging, just as exciting, funny, like great to watch, right? Really good stuff. In general, like in a broad strokes approach, I think the movie doesn't really ruin anything, so that's fine. Nekoma is obviously really cool. Kenma is the standout, and I like it. I like the movie. I think it's good. Oh, I would say as an adaptation, it's probably and thinking about it a little bit more and revisiting the chapters that it covered this morning, just to kind of see how I felt about it. In just, how should I put this? Also in just in the, I guess, comparison factor, seeing how other people felt, blah, blah, blah. It's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 adaptation wise, but the game is so good that I would still say I had like an 8 out of 10 viewing experience. The reason that that's disappointing, quote unquote, at all to a lot of people is, at least from my perspective, just because the Nekoma match is downright fantastic and excellent in the manga, right? It's like damn near foolproof. It's great, flawless, like genuinely amazing experience. Whereas in the movie, to me, it's just good. And while I'm never really gonna complain about a good movie being a good movie, you can understand why someone is going to not enjoy it as much. So that's kind of where I feel about it. I still, if you've read the manga already, you've read the match, I definitely recommend it, just because the visuals are always cool. It's nice to revisit it. If it's your first experience for the match, personally, I recommend reading the manga. I'm sure that you guys will enjoy it regardless, because like I said, while I don't think it's the greatest adaptation, I do think because the source material and what it's working with is so good, it really couldn't go wrong. So even if you have watched the movie first, you're not like getting a horrible experience. I think you're still watching what is, in my opinion, a really good segment of the series. I just think the manga is better, which seems to be the consensus. And I think a full season adaptation would have been best, just because the pacing is wonky as people expected. But it is what it is, right? What are you going to do? Visually, it was cool. There was like some really cool first person perspective segments towards the end of the match, and I really fucked with that. So that's nice. But yeah, appreciate you for the 14 again. And yeah, I thought the movie was pretty good. And Achilleon, thank you for the 200, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Miwa payment number 3, alternate. Chapter 238, page 4. It shows Sukuna thinking that lightning strike, chapter 237, would have killed me if I had already been reincarnated. I must kill him as fast as possible before he pulls up another. Chapter plays out the same. Would that have helped Kashimo's reputation? I think so. So, like, are you asking if... Hold on. Give me a second, chat. I'll pull up... I'll pull up what I think he's talking about. Give me 2 seconds. Because I think I know what you're talking about, but it's like when Kashimo shoots that last lightning bolt off, right? Are you asking if Sukuna makes a comment on that? Does it make Kashimo's... Does it make people hate Kashimo less? I think so, personally, right? But I don't know if there was any one thing. Well, not any one thing. I don't know if there was anything in that last interaction that would have made people really fuck with Kashimo's portrayal, specifically because of the speed at which he goes out, in my opinion. However, I don't think it would have hurt. You know what I mean? It certainly wouldn't have done him any dirtier. Hold on. Is this popping up? I don't think I see it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I gotta put this above. There we go. So chat, this is what he's talking about right here. This Kashimo panel. Let me expand that. So like, basically, if right here, if Sukuna made a comment narration-wise on this, and he's like, "Oh shit, I would have died if I didn't reincarnate or whatever," would that help out Kashimo's reputation? And I think so. Like, I really think it would have greatly. Not sure. I don't know if it would have like fixed the core issue people had with Kashimo. Because for me, you don't have to do much with Kashimo, right? You really don't have to. You don't have to do a lot to make Kashimo's portrayal that much more interesting. Add a chapter, have him say badass lines, have Sukuna respect him, right? Or like, you know, go on his like little like rants about like, oh my god, Kashimo, you kind of real as hell. Like, he was still gonna lose. I don't think any Kashimo fan expected or even wanted him to win, but it was just one of those things where I feel like Gege went too much in the opposite direction. So it was like a really interesting course correction on his part, but it is what it is. Achilleon, once again, thank you for the 200, brother. I appreciate it. Glad that Miwa installment is paying off. Appreciate you. Kinji Akari, thank you for the 2. Furo Haikyu movie changed my life. Absolute peak. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy you enjoyed it so much. Like I said, I think it was really just missing on the pacing and emotional impact fronts due to the pacing, in all honesty. But I still like the Haikyu movie a lot. I went with my brother. He had never read Haikyu because apparently he's illiterate. I don't know. He just doesn't fuck with reading like that. And he liked the movie a lot. So I will say, especially if it's your first time with the material, you're probably going to enjoy it and be less critical of it than me and many other Haikyu fans that are going to have that direct comparison in our head. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me heart these as I go through just so I know which one I have read already. Shadow, thank you for the 5. Let's see. Do you think Hikari and Arame will finish their fight before Sukuna dies? Or do you think Arame is the next to catch the JJK jumping? I don't think Arame is going to be like a final antagonist that needs jumping. If Hikari can hold them off, then Arame is not. And this isn't even like Hikari slander. Maybe I'll slander Hikari later, but this isn't even like Hikari slander. This is just like a take I have. If Hikari can hold them off and they're basically stalemating each other, then you really only need to throw one other mildly strong person in there to overturn things. You don't really need to jump. Like, if you had Yuji to the fight, Arame's cooked. You know what I mean? You had Toto to the fight, Arame's cooked. Maki, Arame's cooked. Like, Yuta as he is now, Arame's cooked. So I personally think, I don't know if I necessarily... It's tough, because I could see... I don't know. There's a lot of ways it could go, in all honesty. Maybe Sukuna is going to be like, all right, Arame, yeah, this vessel's kind of cooked. I'm gonna have to... Eat one of these fingers real quick. I'm gonna incarnate into your body or something. I could see that, maybe, but I definitely don't see Arame getting jumped. If anything, of the 2 suggestions you had, I definitely believe Hikari will join the fray first, for sure. Let's see. Humble Beast, thank you for the 5. How do you think Sukuna will lose? I think Gege will go the Fujimoto route and have Yuji eat him. Thoughts? I could definitely see something like that. Maybe having, have a full circle moment. Yuji ate the fingers, now he's eating the full body. I personally am of the belief, though, that Megumi will play a pretty big part. Biggest Megumi supporter I know. I'm still locked in for the agenda. I still think he's going to play a pretty massive part in Sukuna's defeat, whether it be through, like, internal soul battle shenanigans or, like, finally taking Yuji's hand in the soul weakening aspect of the fight. And making it so that the vessel is unusable and maybe moving on to the next stage, whether that be the merger or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. This is an interesting comment that I'm going to just highlight real quick because I don't want to forget it, but I do have the super chat, so I want to focus on those first. But I'll get to what you said in a second. We'll put it up. We'll even put it up on stream. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, chat. But yeah, I will say, as for for Sukuna's defeat, obviously Yuji's going to be pivotal. I don't think anybody aside from Yuji and Megumi honestly are going to be the main contributors. And by main contributors, I just mean ones to basically deal that final blow or something of that effect to Sukuna, in all honesty. I don't really buy it making sense for anyone aside from those 2 because they're the ones that have been done the most dirty by Sukuna, like, obviously so. So I just can't imagine them. I can't imagine Gege being like, yeah, I'm gonna give that win to somebody else. He's a troll for sure, but I think his decisions are generally, if a little strange at times, you can find reason and sense in them. And I feel like I would have trouble with someone like if hold on, where's it at? Where's this? I meant to put this comment up here. Hold on. Let's see. I'm trying to put one of these chats up here. I'm trying something new. So, okay. If I hide that, no. Okay, I'll figure that out in a second, chat. But anyways, yeah, I basically think that Sukuna will lose to Yuji. If not, like, if you discard Megumi from the equation altogether, fine. I do think Yuji will probably beat him. Eating him would be an interesting way for Sukuna to go out. Definitely kind of like a full circle thing on his own way of fighting. But yeah, that's how I view it. Tiberius, thank you for the 20. I wanted to get your thoughts on the fact Yuji didn't actually talk to Megumi in chapter 251. He says, wake up, then throws the punch. Megumi, facing the ground, turned away from seeing what's happening before he could talk. The slash hit. I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, so here's the thing, right? I've been seeing a lot of like Megumi discourse, and it's put me in a weird position, only because, like, as a Megumi fan, right, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not gonna slander the guy, but I'm also not gonna baby him either. Megumi is a sorcerer. Megumi like knew the stakes of the whole like Yuji being around him thing. Like he knows what's up, right? I think that it's very valid and fair for him to not be able to even muster up the will to do things. Because once again, right, when it's like Yuji is canonically he has the strongest will of any character we've seen in the series, at least in Sukuna's mind, right? Sukuna seems to perceive Yuji as someone whose special talent is just not breaking. Even Yuji, following everything that happened to him in Shibuya, Nanami's death, and then Nobara's quote-unquote death, right? He is done. And he's not just done like he gets hit by a black flash, but even when Todo shows up, right, to kind of make it analogous to the Megumi situation, even when Todo shows up in his dreamscape, right, Yuji is not immediately just like, okay, yeah, I got you, Todo. You know what I mean? That's just not what happens. And I think a lot of people kind of forget that, or maybe they just don't care, which is, it's dumb if you're trying to make a real criticism, but if you just don't care and you hate Megumi and you're trying to slander him, I mean, fair, bro. Do your thing, ignore information, get your slander off. Like, it is what it is, and it ain't that deep, right? But, like Todo pulls up, right? And Yuji doesn't just immediately spring up all like happy and shit. You know what I mean? He's still like broken, and he's like crying and not moving. And it's to the point where Mahito even starts attacking just because Yuji's giving him an opportunity to, right? There's literally not a moment in which, I don't know. It's interesting, but it is one of those things where I think people really, really quickly forget. Let's see. What is this? Number 3. Really quickly forget like what's happened in the past, right? Let me move this up. Cause look, bro, he's just I can't fight anymore, right? And his reasons are different than Megumi's. I think Megumi just genuinely doesn't fucking care about like what's going on because Sumiki's gone and all of the shit he's gone through. But like the end result is very similar, right? I think there's 2 reasons people don't get on Yuji's case for this as much as Megumi, right? One, we've already seen Yuji get up from that, so there's like a lot of that hindsight, well, he got grit, whatever idea to it. 2, I think that people just like Yuji more. People throw a lot of slander at Yuji, fake main character, blah, 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 whatever, right? But there's sort of this like palpable disgust and hatred for Megumi, potential man, blah, blah, blah. At least as of recent, right? Because ever since like the Megana thing happened, which is whatever. It's neither here nor there. But you have to kind of acknowledge that it is just people like Yuji in the fan base more than they like Megumi, right? Which it just is what it is. And 3, Megumi's sort of depression, because they're facing a greater threat, it leads to more people being killed, right? Like, sure, Yuji gives up here, but because Todo is able to talk to him for extended periods of time before like Mahito takes him out, Todo doesn't die, or Nita doesn't die as a result of Yuji's weakness, mentally at least, right? So I think I give a lot of grace to Megumi, 1, because that's my GOAT, 2, because I think the situation is just, it's literally just made for that, and 3, because I think Yuji, like, I don't think Megumi's given the opportunity to get that, like, that pep talk that he needs, right? He hasn't been given an opportunity to really prove himself and get a little bit of that motivation, that jump start that would genuinely help him out. But that isn't to say that he lacks responsibility for all the things that have happened as a result, right? Granted, I don't think that the sorcerers would have been able, like, I don't think they would have been able to beat Sukuna if they didn't hinge their plan on saving Megumi. I think that even with the Jacob's Ladder plan and all that, they were still going to be cooked, right? Because if Megumi didn't take over, they were still going to get, bodied or whatever. But Megumi could have ended this earlier than it did if he had that resolve. So I can understand people being mad. It is what it is, right? But that's kind of where I stand on it. I think if Yuta gets in there, starts really getting in his motivational bag, Megumi will get up, right? Just because that's kind of what we've been shown Megumi moves like, and that's kind of how JJK characters respond to that if they're of any real importance to the narrative anyway. At least that's how I see it. NJ Hurt, thank you for the 5. What's good, BR? What do you think about Maki having to stab Goda or Sukuna with a piece of inverted Spear of Heaven to parallel hit an inventory? Plus, the Sakamoto Days anime looks fire. So I'll talk about the Sakamoto Days anime real quick, just because, excuse me, it's just an easier thing. The Sakamoto Days anime, in terms of style, looks like amazing, bro. It honestly just looks phenomenal. Like just straight up, really, really, really good. I mean, this shit is stylistically very cool. I think the animation is somewhat lackluster in terms of like how it actually moves. But that isn't to say that it's bad. It just looks stiff, right? That would be my biggest criticism of what we saw in the trailer, that the anime looks stiff in terms of its actual motion, and for a series like Sakamoto Days, that's not what you want. It's a very, very high octane, very cinematic, very fluid and bombastic sort of series in the manga, so not being able to reflect that in the anime would be kind of sucky. But stylistically, and honestly, we still have a little bit till the anime drops. This is just a teaser, right? Who knows what the studio is going to be able to show us and what the animators have been able to work on, tweak, fix, whatever. But damn, in stills or in moments of a little bit slower moments, this shit is clean, man. This shit is really, really, really fucking clean. I really like it. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna knock on wood, but I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm excited for Sakamoto Days. As long as it doesn't get dropped, like all of its episodes don't get dropped at once. As long as we get a weekly ebb or like drip fed Sakamoto Days episodes, I'm in. It doesn't really matter, bro. I'm in there. I'm taking that opportunity to get on my Sakamoto Days shit too, bro. Like more people are gonna be getting introduced to the series. And I'm gonna be getting in there, bro. I'm gonna be trying to get more people on Sakamoto Days or talk about it in a way that I feel like is a little bit more difficult just with it just having a manga and no anime right now. As for the first part of the question, I think the broken part of Inverted Spear of Heaven, like coming and being a factor here, would be really fucking cool. I don't know how Gege would really intertwine it, in all honesty. But shit, that would be nice. I don't know how he would do it. I don't know how he would pull it off. But I'd be so down, man. I'd be so down just to see that tool make another re-entry. Might even be a moment if you want to have like Maki surpass, the ghost of Toji Zenin or whatever, right? With Inverted Spear of Heaven, Gege could probably cook with some narration on that for sure. Let's see though. Let's see. Am I missing any super chats? I just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple more. All right, I'll catch up with chat in a second. Kenji Akari, thank you for the 2. Also, Haikyu art on the way. Oh yeah, bro, I need that. Need to see that for sure. Just some nerd, thank you for the 5. Speaking of eating, what do you think of the Sukuna eating Yuta theory, especially due to Yuta having the ability to just body hop between people? I'm not too well versed in the theory. I'm not really sure what it all entails. If I will say the funniest and worst timeline for the sorcerers is Sukuna like somehow incarnating into Gojo's body via like it being revived and resurrected through Yuta. That would be bad because then we're just getting Sukuna-fied Gojo in practice, and that shit would be very, very tough to deal with. Very, very, very tough to deal with. But as for just eating Yuta, I don't know. Have we ever seen Sukuna we see him take a bite out of Hana and Angel, right? I guess. but I don't know if we ever see him just like full on just like eat somebody. The closest thing is like the Shimbutsu mummy. We know he's a cannibal for sure, but I don't think we've ever seen him just like chow down on a motherfucker on screen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It would be interesting though. All right, now we can catch up to chat real quick. Giga not letting Maki surpass Toji. We'll see, man. We'll see. I feel like the setup's right there. He can lock in, bro. He can lock in. He can lock in. He can lock in. How would they get cooked if Maki decapitated Sukuna instead of going for his heart? I just don't think she would have ever been able to pull that off. Here, it's funny you say that, right? Hold on, I'll be able to pull up because like I actually think Maki. Here's the thing: a lot of people think. I think Maki came in with the intent to like end fucking Sukuna's life, and I'll show y'all why real quick. I'll show y'all why. Scan's a little busted, but that ain't even my fault. That's Gege did that shit. You know what I mean? It's always funny how like with Maki shit, bro does not. Bro is willing to get a little bit. Bro's willing to get a bit loosey goosey with the line art, but you know, hey, I'm not complaining. But here, right? So I'm gonna zoom in. Oops, I'm gonna zoom in here for y'all. Just so y'all can see it better. But right up top here, after Maki stabs him in the chest, she tries to like rip upwards, and you can tell she's trying to rip upwards because of where her endpoint is, right? Sukuna's heart wasn't up there. It wouldn't make sense for her sword arm to be up there if she wasn't trying to do something aside from stab him. I'm zooming a little bit more. So my sort of interpretation of this panel or this like sequence is that Maki was certainly trying to kill Sukuna here. The reason she went for a heart stab, you could argue maybe it's in part because of Megumi. I disagree. I think Maki is like purely intent on killing Sukuna here because later in this fight, she kind of mentions that she plans on putting an end to Sukuna here and now in case Yuta can't come back, right? And if Yuta can't come back, I mean, honestly, Maki has no way of fixing what happened to Megumi. Soul Split Katana isn't going to do that, right? So I'll show you that panel too. But like, so if that's the case, right? If my interpretation of her words here is correct, like she's literally planning on, let's see, where did I say this? She's literally planning on fixing it, right? The only thing Maki can do to fix it or like handle the situation herself, is just like kill him, right? And she literally says she doesn't want this fight to drag on, right? So the only way to handle that is by just immediately fucking killing him. And like I said, I think that her ripping the sword up and Sukuna just getting off in time is indication enough that she is completely content, or at least has resolved herself to kill him. I think the reason she doesn't go for a head chop is probably because the windup is a little bit too much, right? Like, it's just going to be harder to pull off an off-guard head cut off rather than like an off-guard stab. If you want more reasoning to it, like consistency of the way characters think, you can even take like a super seasoned, super slimy, grimy motherfucker like Toji, right? Who is purely intent on killing Gojo off guard. Yet even though he intends to kill him, right? And he makes it clear that he wanted to end Gojo's life in one real smooth event, he still goes for a backstab, probably because anything else is just too conspicuous, right? He goes for a backstab anyway, despite us knowing he wants to kill Gojo. Probably not because it's the most lethal thing you can do to a sorcerer, but because it's one of those things where cutting off someone's head in the heat of battle is just going to be harder. And in case anybody's skeptical about the finishing off in one shot thing, I know you're not, but you know, call it a bad habit, chat. In case anybody is, right? We just have him stating himself that I was hoping to finish you off with that one strike, right? So it's just like consistent for characters like this. You can even go specifically and say Heavenly Restriction characters to sort of go with a backstab approach. And I would just say it's the same thing with Maki, right? It doesn't have to be anything else. But yeah, let's see. All right. Let's see. My glorious king, broken runner. How do you feel about Maki having a secret technique? Elaborate, brother. Like, what secret technique are you talking about? What would it be? Body equals bigger target, easier kill. This applies to real life too, chat. Yeah. I still want to know why Toji didn't go for Gojo's spine or something else vital. I mean, he attempted to, right? Like, what Toji says here... Here, I'll show you. Because he makes mention of this. He was hoping to kill him, right? Like, he was trying to hit something vital. He just missed because he fucking sucks, right? Like, this Toji is very fucking rusty relative to his prime, assumably when he considered himself Toji Zenin instead of Toji Fushiguro, right? So, he did try to kill Gojo in one shot. He did try to probably hit an internal organ. Now, you could call into question how Toji is so ass at stabbing that he, like, missed his stomach or his fucking heart or his lungs, sure. But, I mean, just what we know is that Toji was trying to kill him. Toji probably was trying to go for something lethal, and we know he missed everything lethal because Gojo says so. Gojo's like, he didn't hit anything all that vital, right? So that's all it is. Hold on. Let's see. What's up, Lana? In here already hating. What's wrong with me being called Glorious King, huh? And look at you, Lana, agreeing with Creams, the motherfucker who hates black people. That's crazy. Let's see. It also, because he didn't want to get caught. Yeah, and the same thing just rings true for Maki, right? Maki has to... Here. Maki, the narrator goes out of its way, right, to say that this kind of tactic would have never fucking worked on Sukuna because he's just such, like, a hardened vet. But Maki's able to pull it off, probably in part because of the Heavenly Restriction, right? And also because of the domain expansion shattering around, like, on the opposite end to draw his attention, right? But the narrator just says... The backstab is the oldest fucking trick in the book, right? It is the easiest thing to deal with. Not easiest thing to deal with, but it is such a conventional move for sorcerers in group battles. So it makes sense that Maki's just like, hey man, sure damage is better than me like trying to fucking get at him, and like I'm not able to accomplish anything because I'm too greedy. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of how I view it. That's how I view it. Let's see. He did hit organs though. Gojo brags about even getting stabbed through the heart is okay, like a paper cut. Huh? Hold on. I don't think so, but let me check. We'll see. I mean, I can check quite easily. What is it? Chapter 71? Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let me just save the panel real quick for you, so I can put it up on screen. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Okay, Toji. Boom. Yeah. It's fine. I didn't cast my curse technique in time, but he didn't hit any vital organs. Like, Gojo expressly says that he didn't hit anything important. So while he stabbed him, right, the sword still went through his body and like he missed shit or whatever. But I mean, like, a sword wound is still a sword wound. It definitely wasn't pretty. Gojo was just able to like kind of keep the damage from turning into anything worse. But I mean, yeah, Toji is like, and it's a like a point that Toji makes at least twice, right? Because after beating Gojo in this first round, he mentions like, I think I'm starting to get the hang of it again, right? But Toji is so obviously out of it that he's not even able to like stab a motherfucker in one of their vital organs, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, you can call it plot, you can call it whatever, right? Anything that happens is plot, but It's just the nature of the series, right? So when you say like, oh, they would have been able to beat Sukuna if they weren't trying to save Megumi, the only person I would even bother like listening to the argument for is Gojo, because Gojo's the only one that's ever been in a position where you could even like theorize that he could have killed Sukuna, in all honesty, right? But everyone fighting here, like besides Gojo, has not had the opportunity to kill Sukuna, like outside of saving Megumi, right? The reason they choose to save Megumi is one, because they, you know, he's a friend, they want to, but two, because they are not capable enough, at least from the plans we've seen thus far, to kill Sukuna straight up, right? They just don't have the capacity. Maki makes an attempt and she fails, right? Which is fine. It's not like a knock on her part, but she does actively try to then add more damage to the hard stab. Sukuna's just faster. So yeah. Let's see. Didn't catch your video on the Gojo Yuta situation. Did you think that Gojo would be coming back, or did you think it could be Kenjaku or Yuta? So once the chapter came out, I mean, I've basically pretty staunchly believed that Gojo should not come back in any capacity, which, you know, I still hold to be true, and he hasn't come back in any capacity as far as I'm concerned. Like, obviously his body has, but not in any meaningful way. Like, it's Yuta, right, through and through. In the same way that nobody ever really says, oh, it's Geto that's here, right? It's like, no, it's Kenjaku, right? It's a different character. Gojo is now just the vessel for Yuta, right? It's the body that he's puppeteering. So that's kind of how I feel about that. So yeah, let's see. Yeah. And yeah, you can say that, like, let's see, Jimbo Slice, you can say that Gojo makes the knitted sweater analogy, right? But that's, or like the safety pin going through it, but that's just in regard to the sword piercing his flesh, right? He's saying that, like, it didn't cause any real damage. But I mean, like, you would just have to, and you can have that interpretation. I don't really care one way or the other. But I mean, you would just be arguing against what Gojo's saying himself, right? And I agree, Gojo's trying to reassure them, but he could have just said it's fine, rather than for some reason like making up a lie that it didn't hit any internal organs if it actually did. Which is why I just believe, like, no, I don't think he hit anything. Because Gojo doesn't have RCT at this point, so if he hit something vital, he probably would have shown more damage than just like, whatever, cursed energy reinforcement, whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of where I'm at. Let's see. Did Yuta voluntarily stop Jacob's ladder? Did he stop after Sukuna cut him in half? So here, the technique stops beforehand, right? Here's the reason I don't think that Yuta could have continued it personally, right? And this isn't confirmed one way or the other, so you can always disagree with my take. But here's the reason I don't think Yuta could have kept up Jacob's ladder anyway, or rather, the reason it's kind of impossible to determine whether or not he could have is simply because keeping up Jacob's ladder would have only been in his benefit, right? Like, there would only be benefit to keeping up Jacob's ladder until Sukuna, like, until Megumi is back confirmed. Because it's not like Yuji's using any curse techniques that he needs to worry about hitting him with. And Yuji already is safe from any sure hits because of the nature of Yuta's barrier skill, right? So we see that Jacob's ladder, like, it hits him and then it stops, right? But it doesn't seem like Jacob's ladder has ever been a continuous type of curse technique anyway, right? It seems like it attacks, it hits you, and then it's like over, right? Now, that doesn't mean that he can't use it again, but it's just to say that I don't think Jacob's ladder is, how should you say, like something that is all encompassing, you know what I mean? So yeah. And they released Jacob's ladder for the express purpose to save Megumi, sure, right? But like, once again, I'm saying that trying to save Megumi, especially after Higuruma, is their best hope because they don't have any other options that we've seen play out thus far that could do a more effective job, right? Like, saving Megumi is a good plan even now, because if you save Megumi, you get rid of the Sukuna problem. The reason, obviously, some of it is sentimental, right? But it is also just tactically good for anybody not named Gojo to go for that plan exclusively, because Yuta is not strong enough. And I'm talking about pre-chapter 261, right? Yuta's not strong enough to kill Sukuna straight up. Yuji so far is not strong enough to kill Sukuna straight up. Neither is Maki, neither is Kusakabe, neither was Higuruma, neither is Ino, neither is Miguel, neither is Todo, right? If you save Megumi, you kind of get the problem dealt with. But if you try to just kill him straight up, all right, cool. Now you're just trying to beat the strongest sorcerer in a straight up honest battle, and that's just not smart. That's kind of how I feel. That's how I look at it. It's crazy to believe that hits 0 organs or blood vessels when Gojo's a smug prick who would definitely exaggerate that. A chop or a slice, sure, but a stab. Just keep the wound closed with cursed energy. I mean, like, it can be hard to believe, I guess, but like, there's just in-story explanations for why Toji fucked it up, right? So, like I said, you can disagree. Like, I don't mind. It doesn't really bother me, but it's just one of those things where you have to just disagree with what's being said and why it's being said in order to come to that conclusion. Yeah, Kashimo isn't either. That's fair. And Kashimo, and that's the thing. Kashimo had no like qualms with killing Megumi, right? So if he could have, he would have, right? So it's not really an issue. Let's see. Yeah. But okay. Let's see here. Strange how Sakamoto days and JJK have characters feeling the power of the strongest on the same day. Yeah, that was a crazy coincidence. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very, very, very crazy coincidence. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. There's no more super chats. I think we're good in that regard. I think the people that are gonna want to be here been here. All right, let's see, chat. Which comment section do you think we should dive into first? Because the plan, right? I know we've been here for a little bit, but the plan is to like, the plan was to go into some like video comment sections. One, knock out the burden of replying to them, because I always feel bad when I don't. But two, also just get some interesting topics and responses to the videos that I don't usually get to address, because I'm usually not gonna make like response videos to individual comments. So chat, here are your options. We got Gojo Satoru, human or weapon. We got Yuta Okotsu, the monster awakens. We can do the Blue Lock versus JJK one if y'all wanted to. And we can also do the complete guide to Sukuna, ranking support techniques. We got a couple of options. Let's see. We thinking, because we could just go most recent, and that's Yuta's, if y'all wanted to. Are you going to go over to Shorts comments? Shorts comments are so fucking, like, toxic, bro. And I don't mind toxic comments, but they're, like, toxically dumb. Like, they're not incoherent, but they just, like, some Shorts comments just don't pay attention. You know what, chat? Y'all know what time it is. Poll time. All right, let's see. Which vid? So we'll do Yuta. We'll do Gojo. We'll do Sukuna guide. And then what's one more? 3's fine. All right, let's run it. All right. Vote up. Do your thing. Don't you think the cast could have planned far better? Use Todo with Higuruma or Higuruma plus LaRue plus Todo instead. Cast is made so dumb. Choso and Yuji didn't even bother to tell others about open domain expansion. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what my complete guide to defeating Sukuna is about, where it's like, I feel like, especially in hindsight, you can make better plans than what they made. Now, granted, I think there's a reason that Todo specifically isn't included in plans before, and it's like explicitly so that in the instance of a domain expansion and Fire Arrow being used, he can save everybody without Todo knowing that is on the table. Or not without Todo, without Sukuna knowing that's on the table. He also was in what was it, like Genosha? What was the colony name? I'm blanking on it right now, chat. Let me see. Yeah, in the Genosha. I don't even know where I got that. But he was in the Gosho colony with Yuta. Like, when Yuta kills Kenjaku, he was there, right? So he probably wouldn't have been able to be there with Higuruma anyway, just by nature of helping Yuta kill Kenjaku quickly. Let's see. Let's see. Did you see the new Gojo versus Sukuna MMV from Ninjaristic? Oh yeah, I was in the premiere of that shit, man. That shit was hard. Ninjaristic always cooks, man. Always cooks, bro. He did his big one with that one, bro. He did his big one with that one for sure. Like he did an excellent job with that MMV for sure. Yeah. All right. It seems like the Yuta video is getting the most traction. So yeah, we'll start with that one. The Gojo and Sukuna guide are actually kind of close on 1% of each other. So we'll run up a poll on that. After if we go through some Yuta comments and we feel like, okay, so chat, there's two options, chat. Do you want me to just screen share me going through my comments, like, because there's a lot of them, right? I can screen share them, go through them, or do you want me to just highlight the kind of like bigger comments for y'all as I go through them in the background, you know what I mean? Or I go through them behind the scenes rather. Ninjaristic is a 5-star chef. Yeah, you're not lying. Hello. You're not lying. Screen share. Let's see. y'all just trying to see me get like cooked and fucking like berated in real time. That's real though. That's fair. We can do that. All right. Let me see. Let me put this over here. What am I gonna do here? So we'll hide the comments. We'll hide this. All right, cool. So y'all should be able to see my screen right now. We got a decent bit of comments to get through, chat. All right. The cast not telling Gojo about open domain is the craziest thing, especially because it would have led to very different outcomes. Yeah. Maybe you could say it wouldn't have mattered because Gojo wouldn't have known how to beat it, or they wouldn't believe them, I guess. I don't know. But I still do think it's one of the wildest things that Gege made happen, in all honesty. I still think it's extremely wild, personally. So I don't disagree with y'all, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna fight y'all on that part. I do think that's kind of insane. But all right, chat. All right. So let's go through. There's gonna be a lot of like pretty normal ones, like best JJK chapter to date. Definitely a hot take, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Chat, by the way, how'd y'all feel about chapter 261? I'll run a poll as I'm actually, I don't think a poll's needed. I'll just ask y'all. You took a big ass bite out of a cockroach curse spirit mid battle, won't put anything past them. Yeah, Yuta has definitely been a nasty guy, but piloting his dead teacher's body is a new low. Let's see. For sure. Not all of these are gonna get replies. Some just get a like and a move on. Like this one is just like the children yearn for character analysis. Nothing really too crazy to say about that. But yeah, it was the best chapter since 236. Okay. So you were controversial. You someone that fucks with the controversial chapters. That's fair. Okay. Imagine Yuta taking over Sukuna's body and him and Rika becoming the king and queen of curses, but that probably won't happen due to the 5-minute time limit. Yeah, and I also don't imagine Yuta, because Yuta would then have to take over Megumi's body too, and that just seems like really weird, like extra fucked up for no reason. I think Yuta's prepared to die. Okay, Leo the Lion. We might find out that Yuta is in fact not the person to succeed Gojo. We soon might have that even within the body of Gojo. Yuta lacks the mindset. Kenjaku was a better Geto than Geto was, so why Yuta gotta be a better or as good as was Gojo? We're gonna have the answer. Are you Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest, or are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo? This is gonna be fun. Yeah. So chat, I'm gonna make a video on this sometime, but I don't know. I kind of meter burn 2 JJK videos back to back. Might hit y'all with something different, but just so the take exists, right? In case like next chapter, it's confirmed that I'm right. But I honestly don't think being a monster is the way to like win in JJK. I think it's going to just be like, it's going to be unreal levels of like humanity, human kindness, etc., etc. I think being a monster is Sukuna's reason and his sort of own conclusion, but I think Yuji is the antithesis of that. And I don't know if I necessarily think Yuji is going to be forced to give up that belief or that philosophy in order to defeat Sukuna. Like, I think it's going to be tested, strained, maybe damn near broken or broken temporarily. But I do think that Yuji's thing has always been connecting with people and what's the word I'm looking for? And kind of making them join him, syncing up with them nicely, etc., etc. Okay. Quandary's a fucking word. Okay, yeah. W. Okay. All right, cool. Very ironic that JJK has basically shown us that to succeed, you must become a monster, because Gojo had to kill the higher ups, and you need to take his body of all things they wouldn't normally do as human. For sure. If only Megumi accepted Yuji's hand earlier in the fight, you don't have to do all this. Fair. Sukuna the king, and Rika the queen of curses, the benevolent prince of curses, Yuta Okotsu. Hold on. Prince of curses is kind of hard, but curse child, I don't know. I think I like curse child more. Stand proud you've cooked. Yeah, that's gonna get that. I dare these unserious motherfuckers in the fandom to tell me my face Gege can't write. Yeah, I don't think Gege can't write. I think it's definitely a it's one of them Gege can do his thing. Gege can do his big one for sure. Finally, talk about a chapter that actually feels correct without any obvious issues or absurd speculative claims stated as fact. Honestly, I'm bloody impressed as hell right now. Actual tact and detailed thought and depth beyond the usual chat GPT scripts that sound like the readers don't fully understand all the words they're speaking because of the amount they've used Twitter. Bravo. I'm really this impressed with a tasteful discussion of characters in JJK that aren't starting 50 accidental fights. Though I've not read the comments yet, so what do I know? Cheers, dude, and well done. This guy seems pretty cheery. First time I've complimented a vid shorter than 30 minutes in years, probably even. I guess I'll write long rambles to annoying shorts. I click on how absurd they are, but that's just medicine. Wait, what? That's just medicines and I'm able to control myself, blah, 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 blah. Okay, basically this guy thinks I'm smart and I cooked. Cool. Glad to know. Let's see. For now, JJK story foundation is that evil deeds are rewarded greatly. I don't know if I entirely agree with this. Like, I don't know if it's evil deeds that are rewarded. I think it's like a lack of regard for perception and how you're viewed. Personally, that's how I see it. Gojo from his birth even to death is used as some sort of super weapon to the point even his students use his body. This is the Yuta one. Jesus. Okay. The reason I got confused here is because I was like, hey, I called Gojo a weapon recently. Is this in regard to that? No, this coincidence. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. The Megumi thing. Wait, what? Why are you talking about Grip Reaper from the Heian era, bro? Is that not insane, Sleeping Danger? Is that not ridiculous, bro? Did Beer just call Megumi slander fair? Fair in the sense that, like, I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. Like, there's one of those things where, like, I don't think Megumi's a bum for it, but, like, it is just a fact. If Megumi took Yuji's hand and took back over, Yuta probably wouldn't have to do this, right? So, no need to argue. I don't think it makes Megumi a worse person. Well, I don't think it makes him a worse character, but, you know, Bum-Gumi shit aside, I don't think he said anything that's, like, wrong. It's just very, it's a pointless comment, but, hey, bro, Megumi haters, you gotta be able to filter them out, Hanzo Legato, at a very high rate, or you're gonna start getting annoyed real easily. All right, let's see. I'm not sure if this is in regards to, this is in regard to me saying that, like, oh, Megumi considered Toji a monster. Toji was free. And I say that just because, like, it's the narration thing. Toji was, like, the freest character of them all up to this point, at least considered by Tengen and, like, the narrator. So that's kind of all I'm saying. All right, this is a long one. This is a long one. I will address this first. As cool as this is, we all know it's going nowhere, and Yuji is going to finish Sukuna, but hopefully Yuta lives at least. So I'm actually curious at how y'all feel about the idea that this is not going to move the plot forward in any way, because my belief personally, right, is just that this is going to like reinforce something in Yuji. Like during these 5 minutes, Yuji's gonna do his thing, blah blah blah, and maybe he'll weaken Sukuna even more. But I think the more important thing will be passing some sort of knowledge or like ideology or extra philosophy onto Yuji that will make him stronger. Personally, that's how I see. But yeah. Let's see. Crazy BR still has your Toji greater than Yorozu. Dude, Divine Deviant, please don't derail me, bro, because I could go on like a... I mean, honestly, it doesn't require 30 minutes. But, like, I'm just going to be real. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Toji and Maki absolutely fucking, like, dog walk Yorozu, man. It's not even really all that close. But yeah, let's see. Being suitable also mean that you can suppress Sukuna if they did save him. That seems to be the assumption. And there's also, like, I mean, you also have the point that Sukuna makes where it's like, yeah, I had to wait until Megumi's soul was broken in order to get into his body, right? So Sukuna at least seems to think that, like, Megumi needs to sort of be taken advantage of at a weak moment in order for Sukuna to pilot his body correctly. And everybody in the cast seems to think, oh yeah, if Megumi bosses the fuck back up, right? He'll basically be able to take control of the steering wheel there. Let's see. Dog walk is crazy. I mean, okay, hold on. Chat, do we need to sidebar? Do I need to get into like why Yorozu gets bullied by Toji and Maki? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing right now, chat? Because I'm fine with derailing. Y'all know me, chat. I love scaling and I love arguing. I love arguing with y'all. But just let me know if that's what needs to happen. Just let me know if that's what needs to happen. Let's see. Bro, what is going on right now? Okay. Hold on. Sorry, chat. I just saw something in a server I'm in that's insane. Hold on. I was checking to see something else. Let me just take this. Let me just take this screenshot real quick. Put that in here. And then I'll get back to that later. Johnny, if you're watching this VOD, bro, just know I know what you are. And you will pay the price one day, brother. I want you to know that. I want you to know you will rue the day. I don't know if you're even watching this, bro. So maybe nobody understands that. But yeah. Okay. So everybody's saying yes. Everybody's saying like lock in. Okay. So Loud Gaming, thank you for the 5. Doesn't Kusanagi beat Yorozu? That might be insane. Let me talk about Maki and Toji versus Yorozu first, and I'll see if that's the case. That might be insane though. That might be insane. All right, chat. We switching the layout up again. Give me 1 second. We switching the layout back up again. All right. We'll get back to the comments later. All right. It's time to lock in. It's time to go to school. All right, chat. It's time to go to fucking school. Cause y'all, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is with y'all. But y'all are fucking okay. All right, chat. Here's my question to y'all. Right. Here's my question to y'all. So I can address y'all's problems fairly. Why do you think Yorozu beats Toji and Maki, right? Like, just give me some reasons. Because obviously, I can give my reasons for vice versa, right? But I'm curious why y'all think Yorozu has any, like, relevance to Toji and Maki in any sort of scaling. All the special grades, even Volume 0 Ghetto Wash Yorozu. Bro might get cooked up by a domain. Nah, I mean, he probably is anti-domain. He probably has a curse spirit that has a domain. I mean, he didn't hinder inventory. So if a domain doesn't cook ghetto, then probably, yeah. Is it 2v1 hypotheticals? No, it's just 1v1. It's just a 1v1. Bug armor, she is stronger and bullied 15-finger Sukuna physically. Okay, so I'm just going to address that, because here's the thing, right? That is Yorozu's, like, you have to argue that, because that's, like, Yorozu's only scaling. Only potential scaling, by the way, because it's not, like, valid. It falls apart the instant you think about it for more than 5 minutes, right? So let me lock in for y'all, chat. Let me lock in for y'all real quick, all right? Because you apply any modicum of thinking to it, and I'm sounding condescending, I apologize, but if you just think about the context of the situation rather than like ooga booga Yorozu hit Sukuna, right? You realize that this shit is not like, it's not anything, right? Okay, so first thing, right? We have to establish something very important. First things first, Sukuna's goal here is twofold, right? He only wants to accomplish 2 things, right? And by the way, when I say it's her only scaling, sure, she scales above Yorozu, or not Yorozu, above Uro, but who gives a fuck about Uro, right? Uro doesn't mean anything to Maki scaling. The only scaling that could put her above Maki and Toji is just this. So here's the thing, right? Here's what's really important. Sukuna only has 2 goals. Explicitly, these aren't even implied, right? He only comes into this fight with 2 goals in mind, right? Even though he does not care about Yorozu at all, he only wants to achieve 2 things in beating her here, right? To completely bury Megumi's soul and to test drive Mahoraga in bearing the burden of adaptation. 2 things. 2 things. Google me. Thank you for the 2. I'm at work training someone. Keep it up, Ronan. Will do, brother. I got you. I got it from here. 2 things, right? Test Mahoraga, bury Megumi's soul via killing her exclusively with the 10 shadows, which is why he doesn't use Shrine and instantly fucking kill her, right? So, what do we know about Mahoraga, chat? Chat, raise your hands. What do we know about Mahoraga? We know 2 things about Mahoraga, especially when Sukuna needs to use it. Primarily, the most important thing here is that Sukuna needs to get hit by abilities multiple times in order to adapt. In order for him to bear the burden of adaptation and swap it over to Mahoraga, he needs to get hit. It is vital. It is important. It is necessary that happen. He cannot bear the burden of adaptation without taking multiple hits. We know it requires multiple hits because when Gojo fights him and Sukuna puts on the wheel, right, it is required that Sukuna comes in contact not just with the Limitless technique at large, but with different instances of the Limitless, blue, red, base infinity, multiple times in order for that adaptation to work. So we know he doesn't just take 1 hit and then take the other because he's not fast enough, right? He has to take multiple, and while it's not explicitly stated how many, we do know that depending on the curse technique's difficulty, its proficiency, or its complexity, it is more than 1. So now we know that every hit Sukuna takes here to the end of making Mahoraga adapt has to be put in question, right? It has to be put into question of like, oh, okay, you know, well, she hit him twice, right? Hits him twice, cool, fine, whatever, right? After that, after Yorozu hits him 2 times, she's cooked, by the way. Like, I want y'all to know that she puts on the bug armor, right? She hit Sukuna twice, he fucking adapts, and she never hits him again. Like, it's just, she doesn't do as well as people think she does. Like, just blatantly. And even every feat that she does have on Sukuna can simply be explained as what? Adaptation. Like, okay, cool. She hits him here. doesn't do any damage. Not really, like, you can't say this is really a damage feat, in all honesty. You can say it's a speed feat if you want, right? But Sukuna does not take any meaningful damage here. It doesn't matter, right? He just keeps testing out the Shikigami, blah, 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 right? And if you want more consistency, like, if you want consistency to, like, Yorozu not scaling to Sukuna, even in the bug armor, you would just argue that, like, all of Sukuna's Shikigami scale below him, right? They scale below him because he had to tame them, right? Especially if they're Shikigami that Megumi never used, right? They scale below him in general because obviously if they scaled above him physically, they would have been useful in his fight against Gojo, right? He combines all of his Shikigami into Agito even while being nerfed, and Agito still isn't comparable to him in Mahoraga, right? So just by nature of how the technique works and how Sukuna interacts with it, Piercing Ox, which, like, immediately fucking hits Yorozu in the face and she can't just, like, completely demolish, already is pushing her back, and it's like, all right, just bad showings all around. Like, okay, so once again, we have a couple of things that are inarguable, right, which is very important. One, Sukuna will not use his innate technique that has way more potency relative to, like, characters that are close to him in strength than what a regular Shikigami is going to do, right? Two, we know that he wants to test out Mahoraga. He literally says it's time to take it for a dress drive. Three, Yorozu hits him twice. He gets what he needs for adaptation, throws out a Shikigami that we know factually is weaker than him, physically as well, and it hits her. She's not able to dodge, and she's not able to immediately overpower in one shot. Like, how else could you interpret this, right? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, was there something I said factually incorrect, chat? And let's see. Still believe she's the strongest female character in JJK. Ain't no one arguing that with me. I mean, Yuki might one shot, but I like, Yuki scaling is so, like, whatever. I'm not gonna argue you down about Yuki versus Yorozu, right? I don't give a fuck. Right now we're talking about, well, oh wait, that would include Maki. So never mind, you're wrong. It includes Maki, so you're incorrect. If you were to say she's stronger than Yuki, I would just shrug my shoulders and say I don't care, right? Like, and here's the thing, right? Her domain expansion, perfect sphere, that's a non-factor. They just, domains don't work on them. Next question, right? Like, I'm not saying Yorozu isn't strong. I'm just saying, all I'm saying, right, is that she can't be, like, relative to 15-finger Sukuna. Everything in the context of this fight literally points in the opposite direction. It points in the exact opposite idea that she's relative. So, yeah. So I guess I'm kind of curious where you would even disagree. Let's see. Because, like, here's the thing. She's stronger than Uro, right? But, like, what's that mean, right? That doesn't really mean much. Like, it means that she's strong, but it doesn't mean that she, like, when we're talking about specifically relative to characters like Toji and Maki, it's, like, a pretty, like, voided statement, right? Especially because her technique, like, Uro is particularly tough for close quarters fighters because of her technique. Yorozu can be stronger than her and not necessarily be as tough for Toji and Maki as Uro would be, right? So, I mean, like, what are we... Yeah. And Tester, to answer your question, the reason I think Sukuna would be inclined to know or think that it would take multiple adaptation points is simply because when fighting Mahoraga, it took multiple slashes to adapt fully, right? Even in the manga, like even if like ignoring the anime, because the anime has like some things that are like just generally inconsistent with how Maharaga's adaptation can be portrayed or the extent to which it could adapt, right? But Sukuna sees in the Maharaga fight that Maharaga's adaptations are gradual, right? And it continues to adapt, but it takes multiple points of stimulus and impact, right? It doesn't adapt in one go. It usually takes multiple attacks based on the complexity of the technique or whatever. I don't want to argue that Yorozu is stronger relative to Sukuna, but why would he let her hit him to adapt to her punches? They're clearly not a threat to him. He would just be adapting to like her construction technique, right? Which is like all that she's using in that instance, right? They're not a threat to him, sure, but Yorozu isn't a threat to him at all, right? You could just say, like, you could make the argument, why wouldn't Sukuna immediately bring out Maharaga and they 2v1 him or 2v1 Yorozu because, like, you know, she's not a threat. And it's like, sure, but that's not what his intention is, right? His intention is to see how he can use the burden of adaptation, place it on Megumi in order to have Maharaga spit out a desired effect. Because Yorozu is not a threat to him, right, he's allowing her to do things that are inconsequential, right? Yorozu's punches don't matter. One, because Sukuna can stop them at any time. And two, because we see even when she does hit him straight up twice in a row, it doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't hurt. Like, it makes marks on his face or whatever, but, like, who cares, right? Like, that, it's such an inconsequential, like, level of damage to him. Oh shit, what up, Liv? You joined at a good time. I'm defending Toji and Maki, saying they slap up Yorozu. Yeah. Okay, why didn't he block then? I don't know, ask Sukuna. Because, like, Maharaga doesn't block the attacks before adapting to them. He takes the attacks, right? He gets hit by them. Like, I'm kind of confused by the nature of the question, right? Like, he gets hit by them because getting hit by the attack and then adapting is the way that it happens. You know, that's how Maharaga's functioned, and that's how Sukuna understands Maharaga functions. And once again, like I said, getting hit or not getting hit is of no consequence. The only reason he would opt into getting hit is for adaptation. And let's say he could have blocked, it doesn't matter because getting hit by Yorozu is such an insignificant bit of input into the fight, right? It would be like saying, like, I'm play fighting with my sister, right? And I plan on beating her, play fighting, but, like, oh, why'd you let her hit you then? Unless you guys are relative, it's like, no, it doesn't matter if she hits me or not, because it will not, no matter, you could run the scenario a billion times, and a billion times, that punch, that combo, it will not have a positive effect for her at the end of the fight. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's literally all it is, right? Blocking doesn't matter. And the only thing he's ever seen is that getting hit by the technique will let you adapt. So he gets hit and adapts. Like, that's all, like, it's all it is, right? It's just all that happens there. And I think someone said that, like, Sukuna blocked Gojo's attacks, and then adapted. There are just multiple points where we see, I wish I could have the double page spread of this. It kind of makes it look ugly, but whatever. I'll just save it as is. Who cares, right? Like, here, let me show you. Like, you could say Sukuna also blocks, but a lot of the times he's blocking, he's using domain amplification anyway. So, like, the adaptation isn't continuing, right? But, like, Sukuna doesn't adapt to blue without getting hit at all, right? He gets, like, fucking dragged around by the technique and gets, like, hit and slapped up by it, right? When he blocks, especially with blue, a lot of the time he's using domain amplification, so it's nullified anyway, right? Both Gojo's technique and Maharaga's, or rather than nullified, I guess halted is the more proper term, but y'all know what I mean, right? Like, what happens here, right? Sukuna gets hit as Gojo is using blue, slapping past him, and then Gojo tries to combo, right? Like, it's just been shown that that's the way it happens, right? If the technique doesn't affect you, there's nothing to adapt to. It defeats the purpose of Maharaga. Also, no, nobody's saying that Maki scales to 15-finger Sukuna. Like, why? No one in their right mind would say that. It's just that when you say that, here's the thing, right? It's just that when you say that, like, because that's the only point of relevant scaling Yorozu has, right? Whereas Toji and Maki have other statements, other references, other things in their kit, right? All Yorozu fans have is bug armor scales to 15-finger Sukuna, right? In which case I have, no pun intended, completely dismantled the arguments. It doesn't work. It doesn't work when you think about any surrounding context, right? Because where you can say that the Sukuna that Maki fights is like weaker due to output, but trying, right? The one you could say is fighting Yorozu is stronger due to output, but not trying, both of which are completely unquantifiable, right? You literally can't say that either of them scale to 15-finger Sukuna because they don't. We know pretty definitively in both instances that neither character are able to scale to a full power 15-finger Sukuna, and that's very consistent. The only character we've seen that would straight up fight 15-finger Sukuna and not die is 15-finger Sukuna and Gojo, right? Everybody else gets pretty much fucking obliterated. Like, to this day, right? Like, if Sukuna is like, I want to kill you immediately, you die immediately, even with 15 fingers, unless your name is Gojo. Or, I guess right now, Yuta, right? I mean, it's just how it is. The argument with, like, Toji and Maki is just that whereas Yorozu's domain doesn't work and she doesn't know that, she might waste curse energy, blah, blah, blah. Toji has a weapon that negates Yorozu's curse technique, like her liquid metal and blah, blah, blah. And then he also just has Soul Split Katana, which Maki also has, which would cleave through Yorozu with no issue, right? So even if you say they have, like, literal shit tier attack potency, which they don't, but let's say they have actual, like, genuine garbage doo-doo attack potency, right? It doesn't matter because Soul Split Katana will cleave through Yorozu, bug armor or not, right? And then when you make the same point with Yorozu and like, oh yeah, but Yorozu will just what? Not hit them with her fucking like one-shot orb because the domain doesn't work? Oh, but she'll punch him. Okay, she does what to Sukuna, right? And then you would just say like, oh, Maki tanks a cleave and like multiple dismantles and like multiple black flashes and whatever, right? It's just like, they just definitively have better scaling than Yorozu. M3D, thank you for the 5. I only hate on Thursdays and Sundays, so keep spitting go. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Glad to know you. Glad to know you clock in and you clock out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see. All right, BR, do you agree? Do you agree that Yorozu's bug armor is cool as hell? Define cool for me. Here's what I'll say. It's cool that she was smart enough to come up with this. But I don't think the design is sick. Like, it's a cool idea. I'll say that. Yorozu's not faster than Toji and Maki. I mean, she just doesn't have any scaling like that, yeah. Here's the thing, right? You could even, if you could, here's the thing, Maki and Toji have like a significantly better stats advantage, but you could even say they have equal stats, so they're just trading blows, and the blows that Maki and Toji will trade will mean more because they have better weaponry. Simple as. Like, that's all it is. Even if you say Yorozu and Maki or Yorozu and Toji go hit for hit, band for band, right? Toji and Maki have weapons that, regardless of their stats, will hit Yorozu harder than Yorozu can hit them. That's all it is. Like, you don't even have to get, you can get contentious with Toji and Maki scaling, right? You can really get into like dick eating both characters and like really upscaling them, right? And to some extent, I kind of buy into some of the glaze, right? Whatever. But I don't really have to even praise Toji and Maki all that much. It's literally just, hey, Yorozu doesn't scale to this. And then the discussion is mostly over. What about Perfect Sphere? She never uses it outside of a domain, and domain expansions don't work on Toji and Maki. Worst case, like, let's say, worst case scenario, right? Yorozu opens her domain. She uses Perfect Sphere. Because once again, you got to keep in mind, the same way Toji and Maki don't know what her kit is, she does not know that domains don't work on them, right? So if she's getting cooked, she will, with 100% certainty, pop that shit to try to not get cooked, right? So she's going to open the domain. They're not going to get caught in it. They could just break it from the outside, right? Then let's say they jump into it, right? That's cool. Perfect Sphere, right? She brings it outside of the domain and immediately pops the domain to pair with it. We don't know Perfect Sphere's like speed in combat, like how useful it is to just throw around as a big ass orb. So you can't say it's going to hit them because you don't fucking know that, right? So you have to rely on the domain, in which case it won't work. Like, yeah, I acknowledge that she makes it beforehand, right? But it just has there's no, whatchamacallit. She doesn't use it in combat, like, outside of the domain. You know what I mean? So I don't really, I'm kind of confused as, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, where Perfect Sphere would even play a part in this fight. Do you think Toji was mentally nerfed in round 2 versus Awakened Gojo? Yeah, I mean, I think that's just how it is. But I mean, that isn't to say he would win. Like, if Toji was not mentally nerfed, he wouldn't die, but he wouldn't die because he would run away, right? Toji not running away means that he wasn't acting in accordance to himself, not acting in accordance to yourself, and like being mentally encumbered by, you know, needless things is how you weaken yourself in JJK, specifically heavenly restrictions, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think Toji, no mental nerf, is pulling up on Gojo like post-awakening and kicking his ass. I just don't think it'll happen, right? All that happens is that Toji doesn't fight him because he's like, yeah, fuck that, dude, I already got my money. So that's how I see it. What if Toji and Maki accidentally run into the sphere? If Toji and Maki like meet Roadrunner their way into the sphere at full speed and it encompasses their full body, yeah, they might lose, yeah, for sure. I could see that. I think that W Yorozu win con, bro. W Yorozu win con. Yeah. Let's see. Yuji chapter 261 stomps 15 finger Sukuna, so does Maki. I mean, you just like, with that, you just can't say that. And I mean, you can't say that and it be like backed up by anything. There's just no feats that back that up. Maybe it's true, but it's just impossible to say one way or the other. You know what I mean? Well, rather, it's impossible to argue positively in favor of 15 finger Sukuna. Or positively in favor of Yuji beating 15 finger Sukuna. That's how I should have phrased that. Just because the only Sukuna they face is a very extremely nerfed one. So none of their feats would, like, you don't know where that lies. You know what I mean? Gabo, thank you for the 10. Now that Yuta's in Gojo's body, do you think the weird implications with the soul being the body and vice versa, like, will Gojo act through his body similar to Geto did with Kenjaku? It's possible, but I don't think it'll amount to much, because Gege makes it pretty explicit that, like, once Kenjaku's technique is usable, like, in death, any sort of like twitching or whatever is just like a musculature response rather than like your soul coming back and being relevant, right? It's more like it's one of those things where, how should I put this? It would be more akin to like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more akin to like I think, what do you say? You cut off a dragonfly's head and it twitches. It's like that, right? Gojo isn't coming back, at least if Gege is a reliable source on his own manga. Let's see. M3, you think with the 5. What do you think the most compelling arguments that Yuta isn't equal to Gojo despite body hopping via Kenny's technique? I'm asking everybody. Thank you for the 5, first of all. And you would just say that like, you would just say that Yuta's brain can't handle Gojo's like, can't handle the 6 size and shit. Now in my opinion, it's really, really fucking dumb to like, and that doesn't mean Gege won't go that direction. It would be really silly to do that though, because pre-awakening Gojo, like before using RCT, before even having RCT, right? It's one of those things where, how should I put this? You have to make the strain of the Limitless even more than it's been shown in the past. And maybe it is like, maybe like Yuta can't use, no, because Gojo uses 6 eyes to automate it, so I don't really know why. I don't know. You just have to say Yuta ain't never been Gojo before, bro. He confused. He confused about it. I don't know. Let's see. It's like a lizard tail moving after it's attached. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Weakened 15-finger Sukuna was blocking Maki's attacks with one hand. Sure, right? Once again, what does that mean to Yorozu? Because Yorozu doesn't have any scaling to 15-finger Sukuna, as I've already outlined. You know what I mean? It's like you get nowhere by comparing either of them to 15-finger Sukuna, because lo and behold, both of them don't have scaling to them. Like, just simple as. My issue with Yuta can't use the Limitless argument is that he has all of Gojo's memories. I mean, yeah, it'd be like saying Kenjaku shouldn't be able to use Curse Spirit manipulation. I think it is a little contrived to make that happen. That doesn't mean it won't happen, but I imagine, like, that's the only way you can really weaken him, at least. That's not true. Gege's gonna come up with some, like, super duper, like, fucking niche reason as to why Yuta can't. Because here's the thing, if Yuta is as strong as Gojo, like, genuinely, with all of his other compy techniques on top of it, how should I say this politely? Sukuna being at all relative to him has some pretty fucking scary implications for Gojo fans and JJK scaling in general, for sure. Let's see. Do you think Gojo and Sukuna should have had maximum techniques? Maybe, but I think they have maximum techniques in everything but name, right? Like, I think Hollow Purple is in effect a maximum technique, right? In terms of naming and naming structure, no, but I think just in terms of like what its function is, yeah. And I think for Sukuna, whether it be the Furnace or World Dismantle, I think he functionally has something that is like a maximum technique. Einer would be so much superior to Meguna. That will be implication if there's 0 stamina to Yuta being weaker. Yeah, I mean, if Yuta is not explicitly just inferior to Gojo at using Gojo's body, then it'll mean that, like, an extremely, like, curse energy output, curse energy capacity, like, 2-armed Sukuna is stronger than, like, a full power fresh Megano, which is just, like, Jesus Christ. It would also upscale the students a lot, though. Like, Yuji would get some ridiculous fucking scaling off that, in all honesty. But yeah. Gega's gonna say Yuta's brain can't do it like Gojo's can or some crazy shit like that. Probably. And that's not entirely false, but I mean, Yuta has RCT. He has the 6 eyes, which should allow him to automate RCT, at least in theory. Yuta has potential comparable to Gojo's. Talent maybe less, but like I said, potential comparable. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of an immediate reason as to why not, but I'm sure that Gege will by nature of him having to. You know what I mean? Wait, does Yuta have anti-gravity and curse manipulation because the techniques were engraved into Kenjaku's body and therefore fit the requirements of a copy technique? Maybe, but all the cursed spirits were released anyway, so we probably won't have any control over that. And as for anti-gravity, I could see it. I don't know if it'd be the most useful thing. Like, I feel like anything that he can use with the curse technique reversal of gravity can be similarly achieved just by being creative and crafty with blue. But I don't know. Why do you believe Yuta taking over Gojo was a bad narrative decision? I watched your last video and wanted some clarification. Is that how my video came across? I don't think Yuta taking over Gojo was a bad narrative decision. I think that Yuta taking over Gojo was, like, great for Yuta's character. I think that I have a lot of issues with, like, the timing or the framing of it, right? But the act of Yuta taking over Gojo's body is not one that I'm, like, I don't condone, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's how I came across in my video. I fucked up if that is, but no, I don't think there is anything wrong with the concept of Yuta taking over Gojo's body. My initial reaction was that it's kind of like I was like, okay, it just feels kind of lame, but that's not really a criticism, right? And as for, like, actual commentary, it's one of those things where it's like, I think there are a lot of surrounding things that go into it not being my cup of tea, but the isolated components work really fucking well. And I think it even comes together in a chapter that's not very bad. I'm so confused. Why do we assume Gojo's body is fresh? Because he couldn't have been dead for that long, right? And also Yuta used RCT to max output, right? If it wasn't here, let me grab the scan real quick. If it's not, or if he's not fresh, we'll need a pretty decent explanation on that, right? Because Gojo hasn't been dead so long that his body should have, like, started decomposing or anything. And Yuta, the only reason Yuta was able to, like, really even make the body work is because Shoko did, like, suturing up of the body after its death, and then she had Yuta jump into it and use RCT at full output. You know what I mean? So that's why I think the body should be fresh. But that's how I see it. Damon Simpson, I like the way you think, brother. If all the cursed spirits were released, wouldn't that mean Maito as well, or did he die when Kenjaku used his curse technique? I think he's expelled. Like, I think he's, like, exorcised. I'm pretty sure that's how it happens. Yeah, hasn't even been an hour. Yeah, I don't think it's been that long. I don't think it's been that long since Gojo died. And like I said, like, the time between Gojo's death here and like his near-death experience and, like, hidden inventory was probably longer than this, in all honesty. But yeah. Let's see. Damn. Interesting. Chat real quick. Actually, no, never mind. I'm good on that. Okay. Gigi's been smoking a perk for the last 6 months. I don't know if you smoke perks, but okay. Let's see. How's that assumption? Gojo's top 2. That's not debatable. He's in here making it seem like he would be without. Wait, what? What are y'all talking about? We've never seen Gojo without 6 eyes, so that's really a wild assumption. Oh, hold on. What are we talking about? What is... Nah, whatever. Y'all can fill me in if you want. Ronan, would you argue that Yuji is comfortably as physically strong as Yuta and possibly stronger since he 1v1 to Sukuna that had equal curse energy to Yuta? Curse energy amount doesn't have as much impact on like physical stats as you would think. If that were the case, Yuta would be like the second strongest person, or maybe third strongest, and Gojo uses this technique to amplify himself. But like Yuta's weaker than Ishigori. Ishigori's stronger, and physically, I mean, because Ishigori has better output, right? Output leads directly to your stats, which is why like Yuta having a lot of curse energy allows him to reinforce his body better. So like he can make himself more sturdy, but having explosive output means that your attacks and your movements are going to reflect that. So sure, Yuji's fighting someone that has Yuta level cursed energy, but he's fighting someone that has like an indescript amount of cursed energy output. We don't know how good he is at that. For sure. Let's see. Arkham Lover, thank you for the 10. Glad to see the agended one streaming without the racist one. JK, but glad to see this stream and can't wait to lock in after the Pride Parade. Much love and keep cooking. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 10. Joker should have come back instead. Oh, that's so real. You're so real for that, brother. Unbelievably real. Joe Goat should have made a return. Yuta should have returned in the stronger body. 100%. I agree. Okay. Do I think Rika's gone? Nothing has led me to believe that she should be gone, no. He manifested her to activate the copy technique, right? And we know he still has the ring, so we'll see. She's not on the battlefield yet, but I'm not led to believe that she should be gone. I see you only say that because Sukuna's efficiency is on Gojo level. Yeah, but curse energy efficiency and output, I think, are different, right? Because like they can be linked, but not exactly lead to the same thing. That's how I see it. And yeah, happy Pride Month, by the way. I should have said that, but you know, have fun at the parade. Let's see. All right. I think that's a lot of the super chats and stuff. All right. All right. Chat. Is Yojo wearing the ring? We can just call him Yuta, guys. But yeah, let's see. It is tough to say because he didn't want to put his ring on his right hand. He did it because his other hand was cut off. So I don't think we see Yuta's left hand. So it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Is Nobaragon for good in my opinion? No. Personally, I don't think so. How would Yuji Sukuna beat Gojo if he eventually got all 20 fingers in your mind? I mean, you probably because we know what Sukuna was doing with the domain wasn't enough to spark up the fire arrow. So that was pretty much like the big win con that I feel like Sukuna had before. Let's see something. Yeah, you would just have to argue he goes for the kill in that first domain expansion before he starts changing the conditions of his barriers in the midst of the fight. Then he builds up those slashes, pops open the fire arrow, cooks him, and then uses domain amplification on maybe a weakened Gojo or some shit. But I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's tough to say. I feel like the story kind of implies that like Sukuna could have eventually learned World Dismantle on his own without Mahoraga, but I don't think that would have been like it would not have been within the span of the fight. In all honesty, so I don't know if that would have been a like I very heavily doubt that would have been a viable option here. So you probably have to. He just has to win into domain because I don't think he's just gonna domain amplification and box Gojo up. He just has to like pretty much kill him in an open domain clash, and then immediately pop fire arrow. That'd be my guess. Let's see. The question is, how would Gojo fight if he never had the prison run boosted? He would just lose. That's all that happens. He just gets clapped up. If he is Excuse me, sorry. Thought it was a little dry. He just gets clapped up because he needs to be able to like shrink his domain down in order to clash with Sukuna properly. CJ, think of the 5. How far does Sukuna, or wait, what? How far does Gojo with every curse technique in JJK and composite scaling go in Dragon Ball? Every curse technique, the ones that are really relevant, obviously like in the Limitless, Takaba's curse technique. I mean, I'll say like he confidently probably maybe gets past like original. Wait, hold on. Composite scaling doesn't do shit for him. Like, okay, if you highball, okay, I'll put it like this, right? If you really like are on your JJK like glazing upscaling, like just crazy highball, right? Then he makes it to like Saiyan Saga before he just starts getting like outstatted badly, and then he probably just like gets like completely like power cliffed by like Frieza Saga characters who are stronger and are just not going to be taking any damage from his attacks. Because Dragon Ball characters can ignore hacks via just having a higher power level, like no domain expansion is really going to work if Gojo's that much weaker than them, which means no Infinite Void. Infinite Void's not working. Malevolent Shrine's not going to work. Maybe you could say Higuruma's technique would come in clutch, but that only works on some characters, and you know he might just get blitzed. Yeah, if you look at Infinity as a hack that can kind of just be overcome through sheer power, kind of like hits time skip, then Frieza Saga, composite techniques, super JJK highball, Frieza Saga, he's still probably getting cooked. Maybe you want to say Cell Saga to be safe or whatever. But if you look at Infinity as something that has to be like bypassed by like genuinely crossing infinite distances and you can't get around that any other way, I'm trying to think. Are there any? Hold on. If Frieza's like I-beams are lasers, then he just wins because Light would get past Infinity. Frieza I-beam. Like I'm trying to think of like, are they like lasers? Like are they canonically lasers? Because I know they have like light-like properties as a lot of Ki Blasts do, but because Gojo's, and this is getting real nerdy, so you know, it is what it is, right? But like because Gojo's control of the Limitless works on an atomic level, anything that goes, you know, smaller than that, say subatomic particles like light, or like photons rather, they would just get past it, right? Which is why you can see and why like light-based attacks would work. So Gojo's getting blinded by a solar flare, but that don't really mean much. Let me think. Yeah, any strictly like light-based attack fucking cooks him. Anybody willing to blow up the planet cooks him. I mean, yeah, it's really like Infinity that does a lot of work, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Arkham Lover, thank you for the 5. What do you think it takes for Yuji or Toto to lock in for domain expansion? Also, we got a stream on Sunday. I might be streaming on here on Sunday, in all honesty. I might do like a because there's not going to be a JJK chapter, so I might have a little prelude, you know, whatever talk. I'm thinking about maybe doing a drafting stream, either drafting for Blue Lock or build a sorcerer, maybe potentially. It's like 50-50, I don't know. I'll probably still stream tomorrow regardless of whether or not I do that though. I'll probably lock in, talk about some chapters, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, so that's the Sunday stream part. What do I think it takes for them to lock in? I mean, they both have simple domain, but I don't know if Toto's simple domain will last the full 99 seconds, and we know Yuji's doesn't, right? But the domain expansion itself isn't really the hard part for them, at least with Sukuna. It's the fire arrow that will obliterate them. We know Toto can't boogie-woogie out of it because, at least he can't boogie-woogie out of a full range domain from Sukuna, because he couldn't get Choso and Yuji out due to the nature, like due to being too far. He was essentially out of range, right? So, yeah, it's kind of how I see it. Let's see. Solar Flare burns Gojo's retinas, 6 eyes, kryptonite. Yeah, that's fair. I pay money to watch Super Boost scream through infinity and turn Gojo to dust. Yeah, that would be very funny. You know what, chat? I want to go through a comment. I want to go through a really, 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 really funny comment section. Dane Simonson, think of the two. If you do a build a blue extreme, lock me in for slot. I got you, brother. Let's see. I don't believe any attack gets through infinity. Sukuna the goat. Goat is crazy. Had to cut through existence itself to bypass the concept of infinity. I've never seen anyone cut through existence before. I mean, there are plenty of characters in fiction that do what Sukuna's done. I mean, there's like a Bleach character, like X-Axis, who literally does what Sukuna did, and it's like a casual ability. But, like, how should I put this? Dragon Ball characters, like, it's just a matter of power with them. So, like, for example, time skip. Gojo just negates it via power, right? Or Vegito getting turned into a piece of candy, right? A thing that kills them, usually, right? Because, hey, you have no organs, dork. Vegito, just because he's stronger than Buu, just decides to not die from that. Vegeta, with Babbidi's mind control, just decides he doesn't want to if he doesn't have to. So it's like, I don't know. That's kind of how I view that. But chat, you know what? Fuck the Yuta Kotu shit. Someone mentioned going through a short, and I actually have the perfect short to go through, chat. The perfect short to go through. My most popular short on the channel, and the most controversial one. Kenji Akari, thank you for the 2. Does nepotism spread over to free art commissions? Hey, bro. We might have to talk in DMs more, but I'm not against it theoretically. But yeah, the real question is, do you think Dragon Ball can get past an awakened Miwa? I think maybe if like Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego Vegito fuse, then they fuse again with a Whis, Beerus, Grand Zeno, or Zeno and Grand Priest fusion, they might be able to make Miwa draw her sword. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Okay, now it's time for a short, chat. We're gonna watch it real quick, and then we're going to look at the comments. All right, and we're just gonna look at the comments. Cool. Kuwabara also does slice through reality. Yeah, a lot of characters are capable of like cutting space. So yeah. All right. Are y'all ready? Composite techniques means you can use idle transfiguration infinitely and they can't hurt him unless they specifically using soul-based attacks. Dragon Ball characters can hurt people with souls, or hurt souls rather, because Dragon Ball characters can exist as souls and fight as souls, and like they have soul awareness and they can be damaged with souls and blah blah blah. Oh, Arkham Lover, thank you for the 5. I meant what it takes for them to awaken a domain expansion, but W content, and I'll see you tomorrow. Build a sorcerer, sign me in, fuck Akari, and Megumi coming back. W takes. As for unlocking a domain, Hikari would be interesting because Hikari now only has one hand, so he'd have to be like Gojo or Sukuna level proficiency, so he has a really tall task ahead of him. For Yuji, I don't know, maybe one more friend dying in front of his face, I'm not sure. Kuzo, thank you for the 4, or thank Kuzo 4 times rather, thank you for the 5. Real Madrid won Champions League finals. Hey, any Real Madrid fans? I'm happy for y'all. I am happy for y'all. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready, chat? Y'all ready? All right, I'm scared to see this comment section. Yeah, chat, 11,000 comments. The video's pretty simple, chat. The video's pretty simple. I just listed 3 characters that can beat Gojo. Nothing too crazy, nothing too insane, blah, 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 right? I thought pretty uncontroversial. Just wanted to make a quick short about it. So let's hear what I have to say real quick, because maybe, what if I told, Jesus, that was loud. Hold on, let me see how this sounds real quick. Give me 2 seconds, chat. I'm gonna lower this. Infinity. Okay, cool, that sounds fine. Okay, music, shut up. I'm gonna play this. Let me know if y'all can hear it, chat. Just so we're all familiar with the material and what I say, right?
What if I told you Dendi's greatest battle?
Shut up, bruh.
Because of Infinity, Gojo is often looked at as invincible, so here are 3 characters that can beat him. Number 1, we have Kid Buu. So I know this seems like an off-the-wall pick, considering that there are plenty of other stronger characters in the Dragon Ball franchise, but I picked Buu for the simple reason that he is one of the most likely characters to simply blow up the planet if he can't touch Gojo. Unlike Goku, for example, even if he can't get past the Limitless, it doesn't really matter because the planet's getting blown up and Gojo can't survive that. At the number 2 spot, go ahead and give me any version of the Flash. Gojo creating infinite space.
Now, any version is facetious, whatever. But Comic Flash,
a guy that can cross infinite distances without breaking a sweat. For the 3rd spot on the list, we got a character that's gonna hit home for a lot of y'all. So manga spoilers ahead for JJK and all that. But go ahead and give me Sukuna. Since he's shown that he can beat the bisected one, I think he's earned a spot on the list.
Okay, so chat, I thought this was pretty straightforward to the point. Now, the only controversial thing I think you can say I said there is that any version of the Flash, and a lot of jokes that people make in the comments is like, any version? Okay, fair, right? Not any version. Comic Flash, whatever, right? But like, cool, fine, whatever, right? Like, I think that's the one thing you can say I got wrong. I feel like I was being tongue-in-cheek, but my bad. But yeah, Flash, run past infinity, right? Real simple, right? Sukuna is like a gimme, it's a joke, it's blah, blah, blah. Cool, fine, right? Now, there are 11,000 comments on this. Let's lock in. Okay, so the bisected one, that one's good. This one's fine. This is cool. Like jokes. I'm not gonna. Bisected one. Okay, cool. Give me any version of the Flash. Bizarro Flash moving 2 inches per hour. Funny joke, right? He's probably one of the first people to make this joke. Funny joke. I fuck with it. Cool. But we'll basically just scream and fuck this. Yeah. Cool. Not including. Okay, so this is. You know what? I'm gonna talk on this for a second. This is something that's really interesting about the comment section that I don't know really makes sense. Right? People keep bringing up characters I didn't involve in here as if, like, I said these are the only 3 characters that can beat Gojo, right? I just pulled 3 very random characters that can beat him. But, like, and I'm not mad about this comment. They're fine, right? But not including Johnny Joestar in his Tusk Act 4 in the first place is a crime. Like, bro. What? Okay, all right, whatever, right? It's a joke. It's cool. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We'll get into the replies for particularly interesting ones. Gojo being a Japanese citizen, Maki killing herself until she randomly gets Gojo. Yeah, this is. I also knew what I was doing when I put bullies Gojo on this thumbnail. I knew what game I was playing. I can't be mad at that. Okay, the bisected one was just on COD 4. Cool. I feel like something we should take into account is just how much Sukuna had to prepare to beat Gojo. He had to get 19 of his fingers, so he was at 95% of his full power. He had to take Megumi's body to gain his 10 shadows and his blood, because I think it had something to do with Toji, okay, being able to get past the limits. He did Mahoraga, never said, by the way, with Toji's blood and whatever, right? He needed Mahoraga to adapt to Gojo's techniques and Limitless, and he needed some other curse for cannon fodder. By the way, just 10 shadows. He had a 3v1 Gojo and take one of his arms, and Sukuna still almost lost. Gojo is a beast. So I agree with the last sentence. Gojo's a beast, or the last part of that sentence. Gojo's a beast. Like, that's fine. I don't know why anybody would argue with that. One thing I will say, and it's fine if it's like agendas and jokes, but it's like, dude, it's not like, I mean, yes, it's a 3v1. There are 3 entities on the battlefield. Sukuna says it's a 3v1, blah, 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 right? It's just like a technique, bro. Like, I at some point I'm just like, yes, he stole Megumi's body. If he's a fraud for using like the 10 shadows, whatever, I guess, like, cry about it still. But like, yeah, he used a technique that he stole, bruh. He used a technique that he stole. Like that's it. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at with that. Okay, Gojo will try to use his domain, but the Flash will just run out of it. How the fuck is he supposed to do that when in Gojo's technique nobody can move because there's something pretty messed up if your brain if you're in there? This is another thing that I feel like people were like, I don't think that they comprehend that characters will not just be starting inside Gojo's domain, because I'm not saying Gojo will open his domain, it'll land on the Flash, and then it'll run out. I'm just saying the Flash will never get hit by the domain. Like, that's it. The barrier will never hit him. Like, all it is, bro. Like, he'll just never get hit. So whatever. Bisected one. This is a comment about the thumbnail. I love how when people do these videos, they always do characters from completely opposite animes. Cool. Let's see. It's funny how people are going to talk about which character is going to bypass Gojo's infinity and forget Gojo's infinite void on his sleeve. None of these characters give a fuck about infinite void, bro. None of these characters give a fuck about infinite void, bro. Sukuna, obviously. Kid Boo's fucking brain dead anyway, bro. He's going to get hit by infinite void. Gojo's going to let's walk through this in the best case scenario for Gojo, right? He's going to get hit by infinite void, right? Gojo's gonna walk up, rip Kid Boo's head off, throw it out. He's going to close the domain. Kid Boo's gonna be like, and then regrow his fucking body, make a big ki blast, blow up the earth, and Gojo's dumbass dies. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. Okay. Sure. And as for the Flash, like I already said, he's not getting hit, bro. Like, okay, cool. Level E beats the Makima Sims. Cool, fine. Gojo Circles 9 win, whatever. Fucking course, the King of Binding Rises up here. Cool, whatever. Power thumbnail and description. Yeah. Throughout all decimals and fractions, Ilum in the divided one. I remember when this was a very common joke. Yeah. Bro became a broken flip phone. That's insane. Master Doujin Goku solos all. The instant transmission technique doesn't move anything. It reincarnates him into another spot, which could theoretically be infinity. I don't know what this means, but hey, man, fair enough. Gojo, 5 minutes until the planet explodes. Bro, think Kid Buu freeze for real, but fair. So you're gonna really hit Gojo with that uppercut? Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Okay, cool, whatever. This is basically agreeing. We don't care about the agreement. Somebody call me an idiot. Let's see. Gojo is oftenly seen as title card. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, whatever. As a Gojo fan, the internet is never gonna let me forget about what happened to him. I honestly feel bad for inundating this motherfucker with trauma again. That's on me. Let's see. Ain't no way if you watch the real manga, Sukuna saw something in the distance and he took the 7 steps. Sukuna was in fear when he saw something in the distance, and it was my boy Gojo. Point if you like JJK. I get a lot of incomprehensible, like nonsensical comments like these. I'm not gonna lie. They're always very funny. Askin Naklevar. Yeah, he's another person I would pick. Death dealing works completely independent from range. If I'm not mistaken, if Gojo can be poisoned at all, then against Askin, he's good as dead. Yeah. I agree. I've even made that point in like another video where I said, here's how you can be Gojo. Yeah. Okay, this one's really interesting. I guess this idea. Crossing infinite space is so fucking dumb. Like, I can accept the fact that Gojo can create a field around himself with magic or whatever that is basically endless in space, but the fact that someone is supposed to be able to just run through infinite space, thereby making it finite, just fucking annoys me. Like, it's fine. I mean, it's just fiction, though. Like, yeah. I think the interesting thing about this comment is, like, how can you accept that Gojo can make infinite space that does not take up infinity, but it is then impossible to accept that the Flash can just run infinite amounts of space, and just that contradictory exist in, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. People forget that infinite speed and crossing infinite distances are completely different. Good thing I didn't say that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Goku destroys the planet. Gojo be like, infinity. Gojo, where are you going to live now? Okay, whatever. Let's see. Gojo and Super... What? Among all the vegetables, I alone am the honored one. Never let bro cook again. W comment. W thought process. Wait, what? The fuck said Sukuna beats the USB one. He literally needed Maharage. It was literally 3v1 dog. He ain't do nothing to Gojo. Hold on, let me chat. Hold on. Is he right? Did he not do anything to Gojo? Let me check. Let me check real quick. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Cause I might be missing something, chat. I might be missing something. Let me check. Let me check. I think 236 is where the chapter ended. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Give me 2 seconds. I can't believe I've been such a fool. I, it, he didn't. Yeah, no, this is just Gojo lying down for a nap, right, chat? Right, chat? Sukuna didn't do nothing? Right, chat? Right? Sukuna didn't do it. No. Sukuna didn't do this, bro. Like, Gojo, like, fell. He fell over and, like, cut himself in half, bro. No, for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah, no. 100%. I mean, that's on me, bro. That's on me. That's my fault, bro. That's my fault. Not canon material. Yeah, y'all right. Let's see. Well, Kid Buu probably destroys the world. Gojo might stop him before he does. Never in a million years. But yeah, it will still be close. Definitely not. It's not infinite space. It's infinite slowing down. Flash will never reach Gojo. Yes, he will. Well, Sukuna was never and is never going full out. Gojo had to fight Sukuna with the 10 shadows. He might win against a full power Sukuna. I think I get the sentiment, but I don't know if that really makes all that much sense. Yeah, fair. I don't get these JoJo jokes. Give me any version of the Flash, Baby Barry Allen, for fine. The bisected one, the divided one, Gojo, the halved one, the honored one, the sliced one, the off-screened one. Fair enough. Fair. Let's see. It was confirmed that without Maharaga, Sukuna would have lost. Well, good for me. He had Maharaga, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Buu doesn't even need to blow up the planet. He can just kill Gojo by yelling. Agreed. This type of comment is interesting. I can understand where people come from it, especially if you're not a fucking nerd, right? So I'm not really... This guy's an idiot, but it is just like... When you think about it for 2 seconds, it is like... It becomes a little silly, right? Flash can't cross infinite distance because, well, it doesn't end. Sure, let's take that to its logical... Like, in reality, duh, right? That's how it would work, right? But Flash also doesn't have super speed because, well, humans with super speed doesn't exist. Gojo doesn't have infinity because, well, infinity would be infinite. We wouldn't be able to, exist in the world. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's just an interesting like line of logic to me. Wait, what? Confirmed when? If you're talking about Gojo not being able, or Sukuna not being able to beat Gojo without Maharaga, that's not confirmed. Some people in the comments just say things. Let's see. The example of Flash does not work because Gojo's power of infinity is infinity directly. You cannot divide a number by 0, and by dividing one number by another, we never come to 0. It's the same principle. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Should have put Gege as the final spot, bro. Could have written Gojo off at any time. Fair. This is like a fair criticism. What I said. Like I said, I thought my exaggeration was clear. Maybe it wasn't though. That's fine. I don't really care. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. There are some I want to see. I want to see some of these comments, man. Because there was one where it was like a motherfucker said Gojo wouldn't die. From like the planet blowing up. He just wouldn't like lose oxygen. This one's funny. 3v1 I wouldn't call winning. Must I remind you, Maharaga saved me? Yeah, bro. Like I feel like at some point y'all guys gotta just stop like, okay. Oh my god, Sukuna embarrassed himself. What's more embarrassing? Screaming for help or being like cut in half on the ground? I don't know. And let's say Sukuna's is more embarrassing. He still won. He just had an embarrassing victory then. Like even if you just, I don't know. Calling Makima Miss Makima is that not crazy, chat? Is that not crazy? Blah 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 blah. Jojo fans. It's aged like fine wine. Yep. You forgot one person who was named Saitama. Let's see. Blah, blah. The argument for Flash is low-key the dumbest one I've ever heard. Fair enough. Frieza could kill him probably, considering he'd literally blow up the planet with a snap of his finger. Yeah, just pick Kid Buu because he's most likely to do it. This one is hilarious. When Buu tries to blow up the planet, assuming that Gojo is in the Dragon Ball universe, he can teleport to a different planet. Also, he can use the domain expansion on both Flash and Buu. Just hilarious, honestly. Teleport to a different planet? Bro does not have instant transmission. I'm sorry. Bro does not have instant transmission. I fear if that planet blows up, not only is that shit killing Gojo, but even if he could survive in space for some reason, we equip him with an astronaut suit, motherfucker is cooked. He's done for, dunzo. I just wonder, like, what would make someone think Gojo can fucking jump between planets, man? Jesus Christ. I think it's funny though. Hydrogen bomb versus honored crying baby. Fair. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Lily Barrow, yeah, that's a good one. Cool. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm just looking for interesting comments, honestly. Some of these are kind of like, some of these are like disagreeing, but they're disagreeing in a way where it's like boring. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Sukuna can't beat Gojo, gang. He only beat him because of the 3v1. So he beat him. I don't understand. I think with people, the thing that really gets them is that they somehow believe that because Sukuna used a technique that allows him to spawn in Shikigami, Sukuna then just beat Gojo by having two unrelated motherfuckers pull up and help him. Like, bro, that's not how it happened. That's just not how the fight happened, bro. I'm sorry. The real question is, could Isagi's two-shot volley bypass Infinity? I'm saying yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. Gojo domain expansion, which can literally stop his opponent from moving and give him time to kill them, has left the chat. Yeah, Kid Buu. Gojo's gonna rip off Kid Buu's head. Whatever. If he's strong enough, he might not be able to, but Gojo's gonna rip off Kid Buu's head. He's gonna roll around to the ground. He's gonna close the domain. Kid Buu's gonna go, and then blow him up. I don't know. Actually, Sukuna won because Gojo was holding back because he was fighting Megumi's body, and Gojo wanted to save his student, so he held back to keep Megumi's body intact. Sounds like a loss. I don't know. Sukuna got extra help to jump Gojo. Sounds like a W. I don't know. The curve you picked as infinite to immeasurable speeds can cut through blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah. First character is Kid Buu. Bro didn't know every single character in Dragon Ball can blow up the planet. Oh, brother. And this is what I mean when people don't listen. Like, I picked Kid Buu because he's the most likely in character to blow up the planet. Goku's not going to blow up Earth to beat Gojo. It's not that deep. Kid Buu, however, will. He needed to make me 10 shadows, so I want to see him versus Gojo without it first. Well, you might be getting that. You might be getting that with this upcoming fight, at least in terms of Yuta fighting him. You still overlooked Infinite Void. We didn't get into that. Don't need to. The only person that can beat Gojo is Sukuna. That's, man. All right, chat. I'm going to leave you with this while I use the bathroom real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. I'm going to leave you with this. Y'all can stare at Gojo and keep reminding me that Gojo did not lose to Sukuna. Be right back. All right, chat. I've returned. I've returned. I've returned. I've returned. Oh man, he's sleeping, not dead. W take. W take. W cope. All right, cool. So we will get this up here. Yeah, that short is crazy. Let me see if there are any other like.
What if I
really?
Gojo Satoru?
Let's see. Let's see. Any. I'm trying to see if any of these popular shorts have like really fucking annoying comment sections to go through. Damien Rosario, thank you for the 5. Saw the Haikyu movie yesterday with my sister. Peak. I love Kenma. Easy 9 out of 10. Plus the whole match was just beautiful for real. I'm glad you liked it, man. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it was a pretty solid movie, man. Pretty solid movie, all things considered. Pretty solid movie, all things considered. Yeah. Let's see. That's not Gojo. That's free. That's not Gojo. That's Frieza. You know what, bro? Fair take. In all honesty, fair. Fair. Yeah. Let's see. You know what? Hold on. Is Noah getting ready to stream? All right, chat. We got like 30 minutes, and then I'll pass y'all off to Noah. You know, I think that'll be solid. Ronan, is it crazy to say Yuta and Yuji versus Sukuna is a top 5 JJK fight? I mean, hey, bro, like whatever fights you like the most. I mean, who am I to tell you what's wrong? I would say, personally, that's insane for me. All right, but yeah. What are your thoughts on Godzilla? I don't really watch Godzilla movies. I think I watched like Godzilla versus Kong, but I don't really watch Godzilla movies. They just never. I've never. Not that I've never understood the appeal to them, I guess, but like I've just never been so enamored by them where I feel the need to do so. You know what I mean? So I don't really have too many thoughts on Godzilla. You know what I mean? One way or the other. Top 5. I don't know what my top 5 is, but I'll just name 5 that I think are better than Yuta and Yuji versus Sukuna. So Gojo versus Sukuna I think is better. I think Yuta and Sendai is better. I think Kashima Nakari is better. I think Yuji versus Mahito is better. I think Megumi versus Reggie is better. I think let's see, are there any more that I need to name, or is that all of them? I think if you add anime, Sukuna versus Mahoraga is better. The Dagon fight, I probably will. I'm probably like the Dagon fight more. In all honesty, Yuji versus Choso is better. I think there are quite a bit of fights I'd put over. Honestly, personally. Google me. Let's see. I'm having trouble seeing the members only streams on the Honored Ones podcast. Can a brother get some help? Yeah. What's your issue, man? Like, what's the problem? Like you're a member, you have the higher tiered membership, right? Yeah, I'm curious what that issue could be. I can't switch over to the Honored Ones channel right now just because I'm streaming, so I think that might fuck up the stream, but yeah. Let's see. That panel's actually fan art. W take. Honestly, the fact that people still can't cope with Gojo's death after all this time just works in Gege's favor in a way, because he made a character so beloved people can't accept that he die. Yeah, I mean, it definitely speaks to the quality of Gojo, or rather, how should I put this? Or at least the effect it's had on people. That's definitely, that's definitely something. Not very many mangaka can say that, like, a character dying has caused, like, real-life people to give, like, real-life eulogies and give them, like, a funeral and a ceremony and shit. Let's see. I want the anime to give more time to each part of the Sukuna Gauntlet. I would agree. I think the part that I think needs the most extra is, Kashimo versus Sukuna. Aries! Make that shit as extended as Mahoraga versus Sukuna, and my life is yours. Yeah, I'm gonna need that, bruh. I'm gonna need that. Yeah, that'll definitely make my life better. I'm not gonna lie. I'ma need that. I'm gonna need, you know, fuck Mappa. Their work conditions fucking suck. I hope that they improve. And I hope that, like, animators don't feel so fucking jaded by what happened that they're, like, unwilling to work with the studio or on JJK in season 3. I'd understand it if they did, honestly, because all the hell they went through. But it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that Mappa's greed led to that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Is Ronin a Kashimo Glazer? Definitely. Kashimo Glazer I used to be. Kashimo Appreciator is I think whatever been relegated to. I don't like dick eat Kashimo or anything like that anymore. But like I definitely am still a fan. I still like the character. So yeah. Yep. Do I play fighting games? Not really. Not really. The fight lasting 3 minutes, bro. Be for real. I don't need that in my life, bro. I don't need to see it real time play out like that. I'm gonna backflip and land on my neck, bro. I don't need that. All right, let's see. Mozan, I think with the 5. Gojo fans contacting the Taliban is still some of the wildest shit this fandom has ever done. Bro, what? They contacted the Taliban to do what? What the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, no, that's insane. That's insane. That's how farmers think. Is that not insane to say, bro? Damn. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, because that's kind of what I'm asking. Like, bro, they tried to get killed. Like, is that not insane, bro? Is that not like actually fucking like devious to find Gege after Gojo died? Yeah, no, well, I figured, but the Taliban, bro, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot, bro. Is that not a lot? That's a lot, bro. Is that not a... Yeah, that's a lot, bro. Like, that's... Like, at some point, we gotta ask ourselves what we're doing, man. I once saw a video of Gojo versus Fate, and they said Gojo was too strong to lose. You know what, chat? Let's take a trip down memory lane real quick, and I'll end on a little bit of spite. Chat. I'll end on a little bit of spite. It's one of my favorite examples. One of my favorite stories. Where the fuck is it? Oh yeah, why Gojo can't beat Sukuna? One of my favorite stories, chat. Here we go. Man, chat, y'all don't know how much I was fighting for my fucking life when I put this video up, bro. When I put this video up, why Gojo can't beat Sukuna. Just explaining what I thought would happen, who I thought would win, blah, blah, blah. Motherfuckers were on my ass for this, bro. Holy shit. There was a lot of this, except a lot of people were not as nice. Well, this didn't age well. Edit, okay, never mind. Yeah, this was something, bro. Wholly disagree. Gojo's ambitious, he's stupid. It's far more likely that he's going to use Yuji and Ko as the real weapons for handling Kenjaku. Not entirely wrong with that. Yuta handled it, I guess. Remember, as strong as Sukuna is, he's just a lapdog. He's the queen on the chessboard, not the king. Maybe this will age better with time, but as of right now, it ain't looking like this is the super correct take. If it's a debate whether Gojo could beat Sukuna, there's a 0 chance Yuji, Yuta, Maki, and anyone else can even make him sweat. Keep in mind, 15 Fingers was heavily suppressed. It makes more sense that Gojo trains them up for Kenjaku to stop the ultimate plans, rather than Big Bag Sukuna, who was really just a beefed up ghost. Well, we're past that part. We're past that part for sure. Say this after 229, bro. Bro had to bring Maharuga to save himself. Hey, man. Let's see. Gojo smoking Sukuna. Well, okay, whatever. Who cares? Channel, excellent bid. I'm gonna heart these, you know. M3D, think with the two. The weeks between 235 and 236 were the dark days. Yeah, that was insane, bro. Yeah. Y'all are killing me with this. Can't wait to see the final fight and Giga destroys everyone. Hey, man. Aged badly. Aged badly. I remember this. This isn't aging very well, is it? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I remember this. I remember this, man. I remember these days. I remember these days, man. There are a lot more of these. Because it's aged like gold. It's aged like fine wine now, bro. It aged like fine wine now, bro. But y'all should have seen before chapter 236 drop, bro. Like, let me, hold on. Let me scroll all the way down, bro. Hold on. You know what? We're going to do this. We're going to sort them by newest first, and then we're just going to scroll. Because the older it gets, the more slander you're going to see. The older it gets, the more slander you're going to see, chat. It gets bad. It gets bad. Sleepy Nature, thank you for the 35. If this is how you're moving on being right about Gojo, I fear how you'll be once Goat Mugi is back. Yeah, you think he's slick saying that shit, bro. Goat Mugi indeed. But yeah. Certain haters, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna drop them on their spinal cord. Y'all are gonna be cooked. All right, let's see. Let's see. The further we go, chat, the more people I think are. These predictions are horrible. Stop. This fight realistically isn't close, and Gojo wins simply because his hack scale higher. Okay. Cut out Borkin. Gojo will win. The thumbnail is cold though. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. There's a couple. Gojo's gonna pull an Itachi, lose on purpose, have his eyes implanted in Yuji, game over for everyone. Hey, don't know if that necessarily came true, but I fear. Garbage opinion. Gojo can and should beat Sukuna. Gojo should be heavily damage himself, not be the one to kill him though. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. This sounds like trying to cope with the fact that Gojo's the one getting clapped. He won't beat him even if he could. No, Gojo's too conky to just lose. Nonsensical. Looking back on it, it literally makes no sense for you to defeat Sukuna, not at all. Not only is Sukuna not the main villain of the story, maybe Kenny will come back. I won't say that it's impossible, but he's looking like the main villain right now. But he's got no real connection to Yuji outside of being housed in his body. Meanwhile, Kenjaku is the main villain, is intimately tied to Yuji. I completely disagree. And at a power level that Yuji could reasonably handle if given enough training. Intimately tied to Yuji and being his... okay, dude. Yuji and Kenjaku have had one conversation. Yeah. Yeah. This is insane. Let's see. To be honest, I think Gojo will clown Sukuna because he had to swap bodies to even have a chance to beat him. Kind of an accurate prediction in terms of what the public perception will be. Let's see. Blasphemy, actually. Okay. I can't stand by this Gojo slander. Shit, bro. Giga got you. Yeah, Gojo and Megumi will die together from the battle between Sukuna and Gojo. Yikes. Yeah. Bro, the 10 shadows changes nothing. Yikes. He gonna win, stop it. Yikes. Sophisticated copium. Yikes. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I think y'all are seeing the seeing some of the cuz a lot of these were thick with hate and thick with annoyance. And what now? Oh man. Unless you read a new chapter of the manga and Sukuna is dead, then nothing in my stance has changed. W double down. W double down on my part. This isn't aging very well, is it? I wonder, chat. Yeah. This video aged well. W sarcasm. You're only saying this ain't well. Well, true, it's not going well, but the fight isn't over yet. As far as we can read the manga, Sukuna isn't dead. Nothing's really changed. That's what I'm saying. Hey, this video gonna age so well when Kashima has to save Gojo at the last second being killed. I say this lovingly, bro. Put the weapon down. Seems Gojo said fuck that title. Seems Sukuna said nah. I want a 20-minute apology video. Oh, this I think is my favorite response. I want a 100-page apology essay. Cause this motherfucker talking crazy, bruh. Everybody. 20-minute apology video, bro? Nah. No. Chat, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know about me. I like to think I'm not evil. However, I am petty. If I'm one thing, I'm petty, brother. 20-minute apology video? Yeah, you're out of your fucking mind. Well, this is awkward. It is. Yeah. Commenting before this video gets taken down or something. Replying before this comment gets taken down or something. I'd fucking love to see it. Nah, chat. Chat. I'm getting gas just thinking about it, chat. Holy shit. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about being wrong or people being wrong and like disagreeing with my theories. Who gives a fuck? That's fine. I disagree with people's theories all the time. Don't be an asshole and wrong. If you're gonna be an asshole, be right. If you're gonna be wrong, be polite. Nah. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Yeah. These being within just a comment of each other. Oh, I needed that. Yes, sir. You love to see it, brother. You love to see it. Well. Sorry, chat. That was just really... I feel really vindicated. Very, very vindicated, chat. This is why you... Chat. Here's the thing. People call me Sukuna Glazers. Who cares, right? I don't give a fuck about Sukuna, right? I give a fuck about being right and motherfuckers talking to me like I'm an idiot. Like I'm remedial. Like I had brain trauma or some shit. Not even like I had a lobotomy, right? Like I couldn't even... This is why you shouldn't take conclusions before having all of the facts. Isn't that right? Oh, man. Chat, I know it's petty. I know it's long past the time, but goddamn. There's something about seeing people hate on you. Hate on is crazy, right? It's not like that. But like seeing people shit on your opinions or whatever, like day in and day out, just by nature of you putting them online, people gonna shit on them. It's not that big of a deal, right? But there's something about seeing that script get flipped. It just gives me life. It gives me energy. What a wonderful day. Yeah, that's what we love to see, man. That's what we love to see, man. Listen, and I'm not even, like, here's the thing. Gojo fans, I'm not even attacking y'all. I'm not happy that Gojo lost just for Gojo losing, right? I made a theory, a prediction. It was right. I'm happy that I was right. And I'm even happier that motherfuckers that were smug about me being wrong were hey, bro. With every this didn't age well, bro. I feel myself growing stronger. I feel myself growing more powerful. Delectable. This aged like milk, your predictions suck. Oh my god, dude. Fuck. It brings me life. It actually fills me with joy. Oh my god. And it's not disagreeing. There are plenty of people in this comment section who have disagreed, and I'm like, fine, it's cool, whatever. It's the smugness. It's the audacity, right? That's all it is. That's all it is. It's so fucking funny, man. God damn. Nah. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, I needed that. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm happy about that, chat. Just a little reminiscing. On the good old days. But yeah. We're back at a nice even level. Not too crazy. All right, let me get that off the screen, bro. Because right after my speech, that's kind of insane. But listen, man. Shit. It's just fun to revisit that comment section sometimes, bro. That's all it is, bro. Nothing too crazy. I'm not a hater. I'm just human, bro. That's all it is, you know? Yeah, wow. Anyway, chat, this was really fun. This is a really fun stream, chat. This is a really, really fun stream. Do y'all feel better? I feel better, chat. I feel a lot better, chat. I'm not gonna lie. This is really fun. I'm sorry, it's just so funny. You go back to the comment section when you're feeling down, don't you? Hey, maybe. Amen. I feel like I gotta work on a video now, chat. Oh shit, that was God, chat. Thank y'all for indulging in that with me. Thank y'all for indulging in that chat with me. Thank you for indulging in the comment section, letting me relive some of the glory days, if you will. I'm going to get to work on some videos so you guys can watch those and enjoy. All right. No-Op should be streaming in a little bit. JJK related as well. So you guys, if you know him, you know, go over, show him some love, tell him I sent you. You know, say what's up, do your thing, do your big thing. I'll link him in here real quick. But yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow. Whether or not it'll be a JJK stream, or whether or not it'll be like a drafting, like build a sorcerer stream is something that is up in the air. I will schedule that a couple of hours before I do it though, so y'all know, you know, y'all can lock in, y'all can get ready. Going to be a Sunday stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. So I hope you guys do good. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope my pettiness wasn't too overwhelming. And I will see you guys when I see you. Peace, peace, and love, chat.